dangerous. Get dangerous. Shameless. Basic. Shameless. Get dangerous. That's my.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I hope you're all doing well. Happy Monday, my friends. Hopefully everybody made it through the weekend safe and sound. Got lots of flight sim time in, and if you're on holidays from school, work, whatever it may be, hopefully you get to join me today and you get to get some more flight time in on this Monday afternoon. Good to see you, Max. Welcome, Yakfu. Good to see you, YouTube Noob. Welcome, Captain Aviation. Good to see you, Mr. Flyboy. Good to see you, dude. David Siebert. Good to see you, Vaj. Good to see you, AntoniBaldo. Good to see you, Max. Good to see you, Captain Dom. Welcome, Caleb. Good to see you, Gary P. Good to see you, 49 Whiskey. Welcome back, my friend. Luca. Good to see you, Nick DeConti. Good to see you, Tony's VA Ops. Good to see you, Greg Feaster. Welcome back, Justin Joy. Good to see you, Greg Elwell. Welcome, Davis. Good to see you, dude. Evisha Blaze. Welcome, Amar. Good to see you, Dan. Good to see you, Leonard. Good to see you, Cody. Good to see you. Junty, good to see you. Skywings, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Greg Jackson, good to see you. PW, good to see you. Sean, good to see you. Kyle Lewis, welcome. Landon, good to see you. Theodore, good to see you. Franz, good to see you. Captain Lee, how are you, my friend? RTR fan, good to see you. Andy, Casiras, good to see you, man. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name too bad. Queen Buttons, good to see you. Andre, good to see you. Martin, good to see you. Jan, good to see you. Sasha, good to see you. Reverend Alvin O'Neill, good to see you, my friend. Welcome back, dude. I hope you're doing well. Polsky, good to see you. Greg Schilling, good to see you, my friend, as well. Welcome back. Hope all is well. Steven Solari, welcome back, man. Hope all is well. Some Airbus fan, good to see you. Jeff Davenport, good to see you. Keen, good to see you. Winter Splash, good to see you. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for coming to hang out today. Really do appreciate it. Going to be a fun leg today. We're back in the 737-900 ER. It's been a while since we've been in the 900. They actually operate the 900 ER on this route, Denver to Chicago. So that's the plan for today. We are literally at dead on 2 hours on the flight time today. Like 2 hours. Airtime, 2 hours. Gate to gate, 2.5 hours. So one of those flights, going to be a great flight. Really looking forward to it. It's been a very long time since we've flown into Chicago O'Hare. Most of the time when we're flying into Chicago, we like to do Midway and like some Southwest ops or something like that. So it's going to be fun today. Very much looking forward to it. I made sure the scenery worked. Last time we tried to fly into Chicago, my scenery was all jacked up. I think I had the default on top of the FS Dream Team. Anyways, everything should be working correctly now. Everything is great. Badger, good to see my friend. Captain Dom celebrating 8 months. His 4 months till I get that 1 year badge. Can't wait for many more, and love the United 7-3. It is a beautiful looking airplane. I do agree with you. Thanks so much, Captain Dom. Appreciate you, man. Badger, good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope all is well. This weekend is exciting you. It will be fun. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look at the flights that you've suggested for me, and we'll definitely plan a fun little weekend. For those of you that don't know, we kind of know exactly what's going on next week. We're not sure of the exact airports and stuff we're going to be flying into, but next week on Thursday, we're going to be back in the UK doing some Ryanair ops in and out of East Midlands, which is just released from our good friend Pyrig.
Hey, Cap. Finally get to fly with you again, can't wait.
Hey, awesome.
Hope you have a good flight.
Thanks, Landon. Appreciate you, man. Huge no floaties, too. Thanks for joining us today. Should be a great flight, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks so much for the $5 donation chat. If you got your no floaties, let's get them in chat for Landon, man. Thanks so much, Landon. Appreciate you, dude. So Thursday, Ryanair Ops 737-800 out of East Midlands by Pyrig. We've also got 3 copies of East Midlands to give away next week. 3 copies on Thursday, chat. So if you haven't picked up the scenery yet, you don't know who Pyrig is as a developer, my goodness me, dude, this guy does incredible work. Just wait till you see what he's done with East Midlands. It's absolutely insane. And then on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we're actually going to be over in Japan. We're going to be doing some Japanese airlines. There's also a couple other airlines in Japan that operate a 737, so I'll figure out what airlines we could do and stuff like that. So that is the plan for next week. So back to Japan. It's been a while. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Yeah. Well, on YouTube, the picture looks like it's in 2050 vision. I don't hit the little gear button. Make sure you're in 1080p, man. I don't know. Just one flight today. It is just one flight today, Tony. Yeah, we're wrapping up the week. Been a long week. We're wrapping up the week. Had a little bit longer than normal streams this week, I think. But, yeah. Captain, I have a question. How do you fix the cabin altitude warning? I've had this issue flying with the PMDG 737. You have to make sure that you set your pressurization panel and turn your packs on. Highly suggest using some type of, like, checklist or something when it comes to the 737, as a lot of it is a lot of it is manual, whereas in the Airbus, kind of everything is automatic. You just make sure your packs are on and everything's kind of good. So, yeah. Hello, Captain Kyle. Yesterday, the National Hydrometeorological Service in Macedonia issued a storm warning with winds up to 70 miles an hour. Stay safe, man. Stay safe. There's a way to fix blurry taxi markings. I have no clue, Flying Trademark. I've never experienced that, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Your summer holidays just started, so it's better. There you go. Very cool, Polsky. Good to hear it, man. Yeah, awesome. Sweet. Cool. Friends, let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy programmed, ready to rock and roll. Yeah, so right here, you have to set your pressurization here. You set your cruise altitude, and then you have to make sure that your packs are manually selected in the auto position, as well as your engine bleeds on. That way you can get bleed pressure to the aircraft and to your passengers. First things first, battery switch is coming on. We'll go and get the ground power on as well. That'll bring the aircraft to life. Beautiful. Flip this over to ground. That's good. And bat bus U, wonderful. Let's go all the way up top. Let's get our IRS set to the nav position, left and right side. Beautiful. Continuing flows down here. Fuel pumps can all stay off. We are refueling. Everything looks fine here. We'll arm our emergency lights. Chime only can go on. We'll go ahead all the way up top here. We'll go and get our window heat on. Good. Probe heat's going to stay off for now. Hydro pumps can stay off as well. APU bleed, trim air, all of that looks good. Pressurization panel. We're going to 33,000 feet today. So we'll bug up 33,000. Now we may end up step climbing. Remember, we're in a 737-900. I believe the average cruise is like between 33 and 35. So we may step climb up to 35,000 throughout the flight, but initial climb is to flight level 330. Beautiful. That looks good. I'm happy with that. Let's come down here. Let's start punching in some numbers. Actually, you know what? While I've down here, let's start working on some of these. We're going to turn the screen brightness down here just a little bit. I find the screens look much better if you turn a little bit of the brightness down. Otherwise, they're kind of just blinding. We'll get some panel brightness up on that guy. Beautiful. And then we're going to come down here and we'll get some panel brightness up on this guy as well. Beautiful. Cool. Let's go back down here. Let's go to FS Actions. We're going to go ahead and punch in some information here. We're going to go to Payload. We are looking for a 0 fuel weight. Yes, we are in pounds. We don't want that. So we're going to go to PMDG Setup. We're going to go to Aircraft. We're going to go to Equipment, and we're going to change that from, it's not equipment, it's displays. I'm going to change that to kilograms. Wonderful. And then what I can do here is I just want to make sure that we're going to have all of our callouts. You on, and everything's good there. Wonderful. Cool. Let's go back. Let's go to FS Actions. Then we go to Payload. Wonderful. Now we can get 0 fuel weight. So 0 fuel weight today. Is looking at 65.1. 65.1. We'll go ahead and bug that up. Beautiful. That looks good to me. We'll return. We'll go to fuel. Fuel selection for today's flight 9.6. 9,600 kilograms. Wonderful. We'll bug that up. Looking good. This terminal is located in northmost part of Macedonia, like the capital. Very cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know much about Macedonia, but hey, man, as long as you're staying safe, that's all that matters. That is all that works. David, very cool, man. Yeah. What's up, Cap? You're in Ghana now, enjoying it? Very cool. Sounds awesome, man. Exceli, how are you, dude? Good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope all's well. Hey Cap, just got my first class license IRL to apply to United EV Academy. Very cool, Tyler. Wish you all the best with that, man. That's absolutely awesome. Very, very, very cool. Cool. So we've got everything set there for weights and fuels. That's all good. We can go back to the FMC tab now. We can go to pause and knit. We can grab the Denver International Airport. We'll throw that into our reference airport. We'll go next page. We'll grab our left GPS. We'll scroll back. We'll set that into there. We'll go to our route tab. We can. We do have a company route, so we're going KDEN to KORD. That is the plan. We'll go ahead and do company route there. We'll throw that in there. Beautiful. We are United 617 today. We'll activate and execute that. Beautiful. Let's go to departures here today. I do not believe that we have any ATC online. Correct, we do not. So we're just going to have a quick little look-see here and see what the weather's doing. When I was checking this morning, it said that we were departing off of runway 8. Let's see what happens. Let's see what it does. There's some 320 hops we can do Japan Starflyer. Now, we're going to be in the 7-3, unfortunately. Yeah, we flew the A320 for the last 2 weeks, so we're going to be in the 7-3 for at least next week, and probably back into it next one. Just finished doing some ANA flights from Hong Kong to Tokyo Haneda. Very cool. How did that go? Hopefully all went well. Denver showing variable at 3. All right, we're taking runway 8 for our departure. So we're going to be on the Eons 8 departure. Eons 8 departure. Beautiful. Out of runway 8. Good. We'll execute that. We'll go to our route tab. Make sure we don't have any crazy discontinuities, which we don't. And then we can leave our arrival blank for now because it is Chicago. A million runways to choose from in Chicago, right? If we have a look here. I know that usually they land 2-8 right. That seems to be the most common on the 2-8s side of things. 2-8 right and 2-7 center seem to be the most common arrival pattern. So if I was guessing, well, actually we can choose what we want to do from there. We can go either north of the airport if we want to take 2-8, or we can go south of the airport if we want to take runway 2-7. May go to the, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what we want to do. Maybe we'll have ATC by the time we get there, so who knows. But we are coming in that way. We're coming in from Myers to Beehawk and down like that. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. For right now, we won't plan for an arrival. That's perfectly fine. Cool. Let's go to our NITREF tab. We'll plug in some numbers now. 0 fuel weight, 65.1. On the fuel, we have 9.7. We're going to have 3 on the reserve. We're looking for a cost index today initially of 35. We may bump that up. Cruise level 330 initially as well. We're going to have a nice tailwind today, which I believe is why the flight time is about 2 hours. 329 at 48. So again, a nice tailwind, kind of like a quartering out of the north, a little bit tailwind. That's fine. Transition altitude, 18,000 feet. Good. We'll go and execute that. Wonderful. Let's go to our N1 limits here today. I'm not going to do a D rate. 1035 seems to be a little bit excessive. Maybe we'll go 1016 on the N1. 1016 seems to be good. 103 just seems a little bit excessive. It is going to be a long takeoff roll, but 1016 should be perfectly fine. Go to takeoff. Flaps are going to be set to 5 degrees. We've got our CG weight here today of 27.6, which is going to give us a trim value of 492. And we've got our V speeds here. We're going to leave those blank until we're ready to push ourselves back. But other than that, we're pretty much good. We're just waiting for the passengers to board up. We've got a Walker Air 787 beside us here. Sir, your wingtip has collided with mine. We need to both go to the maintenance bay. That's it. We're pretty much just waiting for the passengers to finish boarding. Yeah. All right. That all looks good. That's all good. That's all set. Beautiful. What is N1? N1 percentage is your engine settings for takeoff. So you can see we're using 101% of the engine power. So we're slightly above where we should be. So, yeah. No touch and tips on stream. Man, I watched this fully, but I'm going out with my girl to dinner. But how are you, Cap? I'm doing well, Optical. I hope you have a great dinner, man. Yeah. King Fahad, welcome back, man. I'm doing well. 8 is for quarter, showing ILS 27 center and 28 right as of right now. Perfect. Thanks, Jeff. That's usually what I figured. That's what SimBrief was giving me as well, but who really knows, right? Altimeter 3024 here in Denver, so we'll go ahead and set that. No ATC online, so we're just going to climb all the way up to our cruise altitude. We'll just bug up 33,000 feet. Nice and easy. You're departing Denver right now. Very cool. Have a great flight, man. Have a great flight. 33,000 feet for us on the cruise altitude. Wonderful. V-speeds, 159 is what we're looking for today. 159, beautiful. And we can go runway heading just to sync it up and be good pilots, right, chat? 080 on the runway heading, beautiful. We have 30 more passengers to board. Let's go and get the aft fuel pump on, and we'll go ahead and spool up the APU so we're good to go when this is all done. Other than the fuselage length, max fuel, etc., is this thing anything different about the 900 ER compared to the 800? I like the FMC and the system's virtually the same. They are exactly the same, Huskers. You absolutely nailed it, man. The only difference of this airplane is its length. It's like, I forget what it is, 7 feet, 11 feet, something like that. Some random number longer than the 800. That is exactly it, man. Yeah, there is no difference. You can tell. It's kind of weird. Like when you see it taxiing, I saw many of them when I flew into Denver when I was on my way to San Diego. And the only thing you can really tell is just the length of it. It just has like that extra, you know, little bit. The ER, yes, ER is extra range. So these airplanes, the 737-900 can be fitted with like almost bladder tanks, extra fuel tanks, if you will. It has auxiliary fuel tanks, they're called, which is an option. I don't know if United uses them. I don't have any selected on this aircraft, but they can have auxiliary fuel pumps and stuff. So yeah. Have you been to Punta Cana? I have, yes, many times. Yeah. It's insane that they somehow managed to max the 900 longer with the max 10 still being low to the ground. You're gonna have to land at like 170 knots. That's crazy, dude. It's even flying this airplane, man. Such a shallow like departure, such a shallow flare that you have to be careful, man. The tail strike is real in these airplanes. Yeah. Flew home yesterday and holy smokes, it was bumpy. Yeah, for sure, man. AlexSiu right now, dude. It's that summer, all that hot air. AlexSiu, 35 months. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's extremely kind, man. I really do appreciate you. We are good to go with passengers boarded. Let's go ahead and get the APU gen online. We'll go ahead and seat the passengers down. We'll make sure that our anti-collision light is on. APU bleed comes on. We'll flip this to APU generator. We'll come down here to our second McDo CDU. We're going to go to FS Actions, Ground Services. We're going to release the ground power. We're going to go ahead and remove the wheel chocks. For some reason, those aren't set, so we'll set that now, and then we'll go to GSX, and we'll prepare for pushback and departure. What is the meaning of N1? So your N1 is your, I don't know exactly what it stands for, but it's your engine setting. So you can see here that 101.6 is on our engine. So it's basically a number from 0 to 100, essentially. I don't know exactly what it stands for, to be honest. I don't know what the proper terminology is of N1. Not quite sure. The good old 900 ER it is, Andre. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. The same with the Airbus A321. Yeah, I find the Airbus A321 is like, I don't know. It doesn't look as like, maybe because the Airbus is so much higher off the ground that it doesn't look that much longer compared to like the A320 or something like that. But this one you can definitely tell like the length. And somebody was saying like even when they put the max 10 into it, it's pretty crazy. A321, you got to make sure you don't forget to do full flaps before you tail strike. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt at all. Cool. Traffic range is not on because for some reason they don't have it on, so we'll try and figure out where the hell that is. Where is it? It's in PMDG, setup, aircraft, equipment. It's going to be range arcs. I haven't had to turn this on in forever. I'm not going to remember exactly where it was. We're going to go straight push.
Release parking brakes.
Range rings. Where are the range rings? Window shades, yes, always. Okay, it's got to be in displays then. Range arcs on. Good, cool, sweet. Now we can turn that on. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and release our park brake. Cool. My camera is very blurry. Yeah, it is. Why is it so blurry? There we go. It was focusing on something. Maybe it was focusing on the microphone too much or something like that. I'm not quite sure. There we go. We're good though now. Cool. Did I not release the park brake? I thought I released the park brake. There we go.
Commencing push. All
What does
engines
NEO
clear.
mean? New
Started
engine
wheel.
option. Did New York Liberty to Brussels on a 777-300 ER United in P3D. Wonderful flight. I did not make it to 2020 because Captain Sim 777 is horrible. Yes. Hopefully the PMDG 777 is on its way, man. Yeah. Is this the latest version of the PMDG? It is, correct. Yes. All right, let's go upstairs. Fuel pumps are going on. APU bleed is on. Packs are off. We're looking good. We've got bleed pressure. Let's go ahead and hit engine number 2 over to ground. Turn the sounds up here just a little bit for engine start. Come down here. We can see start valve is open. We've got N2 percentage rising as well. Good. Cap, you thinking of buying a mirrorless camera for stream? I literally just bought this 4K camera, Diego. So no, there will be no cameras, new cameras for stream for quite a long time. I just spent all kinds of money on this 4K camera. So, you know, it was $300 for the camera. So we will not be switching cameras for a while. I'm actually very happy with this camera actually as well. Yes, Constantine, I've seen you've put this in chat over probably about 10 times now. The storm also included raindrops and hail. In case you haven't noticed, we're a little bit of an aviation channel here. We're not so much like weather related. Not being rude or anything, but I don't think really anybody's interested in the frozen raindrops that you had in the storm in Macedonia. Just being honest with you, man. Let's try and keep things maybe like flight sim related, and I think we can have a little bit more of interaction with the community, right? All right. That is looking good. Let's go to the upstairs. Let's go ahead and get engine number 1 over to ground. And start valve is open. Beautiful. We also have to put on our center pumps here today because that's going to be good. We'll get that on. Good. Start valve open and 2 percentages rising. Again, we're looking for 25% before we introduce fuel.
Right is clear.
Alrighty, there we go. And we'll give ourselves a nice wing view. It's kept quiet. Exclamation point cam. Yeah. Gap, can you explain why the autopilot on the fly-by-wire 320 keeps disconnecting? Sounds like you either have a conflicting keybind, so something's moving your controls when it shouldn't be, or I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Are there hail conditions in Microsoft? I have no clue. I don't think so. No. The 900 has to be my favorite 737 in the family. It's just so long. It is. It's like the A321 like LR. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. An A321 LR or something on the Airbus side of things. Beautiful. Got 2 good engines. That's great. Let's go to the overhead. Let's get Gen 1 online, Gen 2 online. We'll make sure to get the hydros on. We'll get the probe heats on. We'll get the yaw dampers on. APU bleed goes off. Packs go to auto. Isolation valve goes to auto. We'll go ahead and kill the APU. Start switches to continuous. 33,000 is set and checked in our pressurization panel. Everything looks good there. I'm happy with all of that. This goes over to Gen 1. And we'll get a bit of brightness up here on our overhead panel. Beautiful. Marco, how are my friend? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Thanks for coming to hang out today, man. Appreciate you. Let's go flap set 5 degrees. And we need a trim value today. What was our trim value? Trim value was 492. So bring that all the way down to basically 5. Should be good right about there. 492. Good. Everything's set there. Everything's good there. We'll go and go auto brake over to RTO. Good. And then we need to get our squawk code. We'll just put 2000 as we don't have any ATC online. 2000, we'll turn that on, squawking. And we'll make sure that we are on Unicom 122.8 in case we need to speak with any of the other pilots on the ground. Wonderful. Cool. Everything is set there. I'm happy with that. Ground crew is gone. Oh, I don't know. This guy's here beside me. Okay. Park brakes off. Let's do it. Will you be playing Starfield when it's released? Not sure, college dude. Maybe, but I don't know. Yeah. Do you feel Boeing is way more stressful to config than Airbus? I don't think stressful is the right word, if I'm being honest with you. Is it more manual? Yes. It's much more manual on a 737 than it is on like an A320 or a 319 or something like that. But yeah. Did I set V speeds? You remember that I have a physical unit right here, right? Amar, if you didn't know that, you can put exclamation point FMC in chat. But I have a physical FMC down here. So yes, if you see that I haven't done anything, it usually means that I have done it. I'm just doing it on my actual physical unit that I have here. I don't know, this guy's gonna stop here. He should stop here, so that should allow us to go around him this way. Perfect. We'll be good. So I do have a physical FMC unit here beside me. So no, you're fine, Amar. You're perfectly fine. But if you ever see me, thank you for giving me a heads up, right? Because I do forget things all the time. But yeah, most of the time if you see something and it doesn't look like it's done, it is just because I've probably done it on the physical unit that I have here on the beside me, right? Flight director's on, auto throttle, VNAV, LNAV, 33,000, 080, 159. Let's go and get our taxi lights on here. We've got the company, we've got the 787 behind us, hot on our trail. I don't know why he wants to sniff my bum so much, but he's right there. All right. Should your hardware FMC work with the PMDG 777? That's the plan. It should. It works with like the P3D version and FSX versions of it, so it should. Yeah, good work. FedEx pilot, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Man. Just got the Phoenix A320 and I'm enjoying it. Thank you for your advice and tips. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it, man. Sniffing the APU. Some people get excited. Are you converting to Xbox? I'm gonna let you think about that question, Leo, for 2 minutes, maybe 2 seconds. Think about that question. And why would anybody leave PC to go do Flight Simulator on Xbox? That's just not a very good question, if I'm being honest with you. Not being rude, just not a very good question. Wonder if you decided if you're friendly or not.
United A320 following traffic runway 8 out of the from November ran.
Sim 737 pilot, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Any Australia coming up soon? I don't have the plans for it. We're going to be in Japan next week. I feel like we should do Australia again. It's probably been a while since we've done Australia, and we've got the ATR as well, which they do operate in Australia. So I'll see when we can slot it in. But yeah, I know, Luca. It's crazy, dude. I've tried to explain to the company that they would sell so many more units if they priced it more accordingly. They're not interested in what Captain Canada has to say. I can confirm that. So I don't know, man. I've told them if at like $400 or $500, everybody would probably make it work and get one. But at $800 US, that's real difficult, man. That's people's monthly payments of like houses and you know, rental and mortgages and stuff at $800 a month. It's crazy, man. Make my own company? I don't have the expertise or the money or anything to do with that. Was Daisy sick? She was. She's feeling better. She's had an upset stomach for a couple days. She's feeling better. She was on the white rice pumpkin diet. That's more than my rent every month. That's what I mean. I've tried to explain to them that the prices are insane. That, you know, I understand that it's a lot of software and it's a lot of hardware that comes with it, but $800 is, you know, you're kind of pricing out a lot of people when it comes to some products, you know. So. Probably should have gone all the way out to Mike. That's fine. We'll just make the crossover here soon. If you guys are following me, maybe just go all the way out to Mike. I probably should have done that. I'm going to do it right up here. Avia CDU on iPad looks good. It does look good, yeah. I'm curious to see what it's going to work. If it's going to work with everything, who knows. Digital Merc, 21 months. Appreciate you, man. It says, may the jet stream be in your favor. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, dude. Aviator, take care, man. You'll get more frames on Xbox. I thought you said that you were converting to Xbox or PlayStation. Again, false statements all around. I don't know where you heard me say that I was converting to Xbox or PlayStation. Second, you definitely do not get more frames on Xbox. Xbox is locked at 30 FPS, and from what I've seen, you're lucky to even get 30 FPS on Xbox. So, yeah, none of those things ever came out of my mouth. I don't know if you're confusing me with maybe somebody else that you were watching or something like that, but yeah. The simulator is not available on PlayStation, so I would never say I'm converting to PlayStation. And two, I would never leave my PC set up for an Xbox. I'm sorry, nothing wrong. If all you can afford is to game on an Xbox, there's nothing wrong with that. But the PC version of Microsoft is far superior than the Xbox version. Cap, you try Manchester to Gibraltar in an EasyJet 320. XO, put that in the flight suggestion channel, man. Flight suggestion channel. I'm not going to remember that you've asked me to do that flight, right? I'm in the middle of doing a flight now, Denver to Chicago. I'm not going to remember that XO asked me to fly Manchester to Gibraltar. Just not going to remember, right? So Rookie, good to see you, my man. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Confused with Swiss 01, maybe. I don't know. I definitely didn't come out of my mouth, so I don't know, man. I do not know. Can confirm that those words would have not come out of my mouth. Do you know when the PMDG is planning to release the 777? I have no clue. No. Maybe it was Swiss. It definitely was not me. Definitely was not me, so yeah, I don't know. Malx, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope all is well. Go to get buried with your flight sim gear. My PC runs circles around all consoles. Correct. Yes. Most PCs do, right? You doubt Swiss would go to Xbox? Didn't he just spend a bunch of money on a new computer, I thought I saw? I don't know. Who knows? Are you using any reshade? The light and blurry, if you get what I mean. I am not using. No reshade, nothing, man. Did you see Swiss's video was his left eye? I didn't, but there was a couple people talking about it here in chat. Something about that's why he can't become a pilot. He's got a condition with his eye or something like that. Ready to rock and roll the Mile High City. We've got a couple airplanes in front of us, but we're definitely getting there. Got two companies in front. My cockpit is really light, but I don't know. Could just be the way that the sun is hitting on it, right? The sim does pretty good shadows and stuff like that, but no NVIDIA filters? No. Now, I have a weird phenomenon going on with my simulator derby. Not even my simulator. It may even be my OBS. I don't know what it is, but some people that frequently watch my channel say that sometimes my simulator looks far more saturated than other days. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, have you ever thought about giving away a gaming PC? No. Unfortunately, I don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars on YouTube doing YouTube. If I did, I would love to give back, but I make enough to like survive and pay my bills. So maybe one day when we get to the point where we're making enough money, I can definitely, or if we get a PC sponsor, we can end up doing like a giveaway or something like that. So we'll see, man. What's with the 739 with the eyebrows? So it's not FedEx Pilot. If you're new to the stream or you're new to flying the PMDG, we've basically, this camera view that you're seeing is a tricked wing view. So this is the actual view that we're seeing, but I've pulled the camera out. So if I go to like an actual, fuck, that's loud, sorry. If I go to an actual outside view, you can see that there's no eyebrow windows. It's just the way that PMDG does the rendering and modeling of the model. So like I mentioned, with these wing views, with this view, we're not supposed to be outside the airplane. We've basically tricked the camera. So we're supposed to never really see these because we've tricked the camera into doing things. So that's why you see eyebrow windows. I feel like I have to explain that once every like 2 weeks. Can we get a cabin tour? There's no cabin. Actually, there is a cabin, isn't there? Maybe there is. Is there a cabin? I can't remember. I think there is a cabin. Can we get a cabin tour? There you go. There's your cabin tour. Wow. Looks like every other 737 that we've been on, right? 2-2 configuration for 8 rows. And then 3-3 all the way down. There we go. Was dying to fly the 319 and went to X-Plane, enjoyed it, should try it, might enjoy it. Graphics are not close to Microsoft, but it's enjoyable. No thank you. No thanks, man. I'm one of those people, dude. If I get an Airbus itch, I can fly any of the Airbus family and I'm perfectly fine. I don't really have an itch to fly a 319 or a 321, or if I want to fly an Airbus, I'll go fly my Phoenix 320 and I'm perfectly fine. If I want to fly a Boeing, I'll go fly a 7.3 and I'm perfectly fine. The only thing that I really miss from X-Plane, and this is being honest, and I've said this a bunch, is my Q400. That is the only airplane that potentially could get me back into X-Plane, is the Q400. Now, we have a Q400 being developed for this sim, so it's like, how much do I want it? We'll see, you know, so, yeah. Cap, how do you set your speed before takeoff? Is it V2? Yeah, you take your V2 speed, and then you would throw that into here, and then you just make sure that you've got your auto throttle, VNAV, and LNAV armed, and then there's the magic button, the magic toga. You see how it goes from a regular pointer to like a finger pointer? That's the magic toga button. You hit that. What about a 350? We've never really had a good 350, Will. I mean, the Flight Factor 350, I don't consider that good. I consider that borderline freeware. So I've never really had the craving for a 350. Like I said, I really only have cravings for like airplanes that I kind of know and that I'm like used to. So we flew the 350 maybe a handful of times in X-Plane because it just wasn't really that good. Euristra, thanks so much for the ID. What is IDR? Man, that's another new one. I don't even have that one. IDR. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties too. Thank you for the 79,000 IDR. I don't know what that is. Regardless, doesn't matter. Thank you for your support, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Strobe lights on, wing lights on. Denver Traffic United, 617 lining up runway 8 Denver. Flight Factor 350 is such an old plane and doesn't meet payware standards. I mean, for like 3 years, you couldn't even do SIDS and stars. It was basically just a captain sim. It was a model of a 350. Tolis came in and saved the project when it came to the Flight Factor A350s. Without Tolis' support. Indonesian, wow, thank you. That's crazy. All the way from Indonesia. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. That's incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gonna use as much of this runway as possible, chat. If we can actually make a proper lineup from here, I'm a champion. I actually didn't do that
cost
bad.
of loving is as high as giraffe snatch these days. Who knew? Thank you for the content.
Wrong side. Thanks so much for your support, man. Appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties to you, my man. Yep, it is, dude. It really, really, really is. It's absolutely crazy when you factor in mortgage payments and taxes and holy, man. Especially when you buy property and you want to, you know, do things to the property. It's crazy, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Leo, can you just stop talking for a little bit and just watch the live streams? Because you're not making very much sense, man. Flaps are set. Everything's done. You don't just It's Monday. My patience is usually a little bit more paper thin on Mondays. It's day 3 of dealing with the internet for me, so just thanks for support, wrong side. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, dude. Do you know Flatten VFR A320 family will get a huge update with the fly-by-wire systems and SimBrief import? I have no clue, Flight. I do not pay attention. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude. Just trying to help. Yeah, but you're saying things that just are completely irrelevant. Flaps are set, trims are set, everything is ready to go. So you don't need to say that. You don't need to say Captain Flaps, yell it. It's irrelevant. Irrelevant. You know what? X-Plane is so complicated. Forget how hard it is to install. Well, the way that you have to install X-Plane is just, yeah, man. When you have, like, you got to do your I&I file, you have to make sure that things line up, and yeah. It is pretty crazy. You don't like the Latin VFR 320s? I mean, again, it falls under the same line. I've kind of been speaking about it. I don't think I should have to buy an airplane to then go and download a free airplane and mod my paid airplane with the free airplane just to fly my payware airplane. Do you know what I mean? Like, it seems completely backwards to me. Why would I spend money on something and then run to go put a freeware systems and into my payware airplane? It just completely defeats the purpose. You're basically buying the shell of an airplane. Your airplane doesn't fly like a 319 or a 321. It's using A320 systems. So it doesn't matter what Latin VFR airplane you buy. You're basically flying a 320. You're just flying what looks to be a 319 or a 321, right? It doesn't, yeah. Anyways, joystick cam is on. Enjoy the departure, friends. Sounds are going up. Let's get the hell out of here. Denver Traffic United 617 departing runway 8 Denver. Throttle's up to 50%. Enjoy, my friends. Gonna get blasted. Let's go. Chrono is on, and Toga. Takeoff power set. They fly very different, Will. The 319 and the 320 fly very different. Airspeed's alive. Cross-checked. Look at that takeoff roll, chat. We're going to be rolling forever. Thank God Denver's got the long runways.
V1.
Rotate. Why is my camera's been doing weird things recently?
Positive rate climb.
Here up. Because of track IR. Do you see that? Like my... It's weird. I think track IR and PMDG are not having a good time together. It's a bug? That sucks. I don't know why it's doing it. I may have to just fly with track IR on all the time. Very long takeoff roll. That's Denver, man. I mean, we're almost 6,000 feet up, right? What is that, squeaking? I don't hear squeaking. All right, climb power's in. Gear is locked. Auto brake is off. There's climb power. Beautiful. Nice shallow climb out of Denver today. Guys, chill with the comments and chat. Noah, stop being an idiot, man. Don't talk like that to people, man. It sounds like grinding. Did anybody hear any grinding? How much resistance does the TCA Boeing Yoke have compared to the honeycomb yoke? I don't know. It's a good question. I've never really checked that. Yeah. The Thrustmaster hat switch is known to bug out. Like what? Oh, it would be that one. Okay, maybe I can remove the... Maybe I can remove that keybind. I'll check in a second. The trim wheel? Maybe. Alright, we're coming up to 195 knots. We'll go flaps 1. Beautiful. You have to unbind it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Exactly what I'm going to do. Flaps go up when they tell you to. If you're telling me to turn up, put your flaps up, it literally has the indication flaps 1 and flaps clean. So don't, again, I don't know what's with the backseat piloting today. But it's okay, chat. I think I know what I'm doing, kind of. Using custom sounds? Nope. Default, man. Default sounds. Alright, 220, we're going flaps clean. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and engage autopilot. We're up here at 9,000 feet. Wonderful. Bring you guys back up into the flight deck. Let me try and... shit, this sucks because we're on VATSIM. Apologize. Let's go to select an input. No, we need to go. I apologize if you're behind me. I'm going to do this as best as I can. Search for an input. What is this? Cockpit view yaw axis. Yeah, no, clear. Clear, validate, thank you. This one, clear, validate, thank you. And then nothing else is going to happen. What about if I move this like this down? Yeah, that does it too. We're going to clear this one, validate, clear this one, validate, and then we'll do it one more time. What if I go like on like a side? Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Apply and save. Go back, resume. Cool. Now nothing is bound to that. And there we go. We should be good. Turn my turn signals off. Yeah. I apologize if you were the guy behind me and I just stopped mid-flight. It's okay. You're a 787. You're going to be way above me and gone anyways. We'll be fine. Cool. One of these nights I need you to listen to that PMDG sounds. I swear they're different from yours, even the Toga takeoff. I don't know. Weird. Nothing to see here. Exactly. Got to put all your online flights. The thing I like, VATSIM, what is your favorite one? Oh, we've had some memorable VATSIM flights, man. I think one of my most memorable flights is when we were flying in the UK and the guy lost all system control to his airplane. He lost like all radios, all systems, but he could still make calls. So the guy was basically just like yelling at London control to like help him, and it was quite a funny experience, to be honest with you. But yeah, landing lights off, runway turn-offs off, taxi lights off, wing lights off. If you know, you know. If you were here for that, you remember that one. That was a good one. Cool. Everything looks good up there. We're looking great. FC sim sounds are okay, but default sounds more realistic. I prefer the default. Like I always say, the 737 and the Phoenix and the PMDG are two airplanes that I feel I really don't have to touch the sound pack for. Ecam, the buzzsaw does sound different. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not running anything. Maybe it's because we're in the 900 that it may be a little bit different, but I don't know. I do not know. I promise I'm not running anything different. Can you get failures in VATSIM? You can, Martin, but most of the time the controller's just going to tell you to log off. Cap, have you ever flown with Jeff? I have. I have, man. We're probably going to get some more streams actually here with Jeff coming up to World Flight. We're going to be doing a lot of practicing, especially about a month before World Flight. Yeah. What browser do I use? Chrome, for the most part. The 900 actually has a different sound set. Well, there you go. Maybe that's why. Any intentions to fly into the new Mumbai airport? Maybe, G-Mark. We'll see, man. Hiccup, have you ever wanted to do EFD on the... Have you ever wanted an EFB? Yes, we're getting one soon, hopefully. What is World Flight? You can put exclamation point WF. Yeah, it really depends, man. Like, if it's a busy airspace, the controller's not going to want to deal with your failures. If you set something up with VATSIM, if you pre-plan it, you get somebody that you know to be your controller and you kind of plan everything out, that might work. But, yeah. The P3D version of the PMDG 737 had an EFB. Yes, we are getting one. We are getting one.
Sitting back here in first class, all that I can say is that this is a pretty smooth flight for someone who is on the first flight in the left seat. Amy
Yes.
has her typical small jiggle, no large bounces, if you know what I mean.
Jesus Christ. Huge no floaties, man. Thanks so much for support, dude. Appreciate you as always, C28. Thank you, man. What are my graphic presets? I'm running high-end preset Clouds Ultra Trees Low. That's what it is, man. Smoking sign off? Oh, it's always off on our flights. Do not you worry, my friend. It is always off. This thing climbs slow. Unable next altitude. What is the next altitude? 14,000 or above. You're close enough. You're at 13.7. Close enough. If we go to our cruise, you can see that our optimum cruise altitude is 34.7. So we'll keep it at 3.3 until this says above 3.5, and then we can go up to 3.50. Everything is looking good there. It climbs slow, just like an Airbus, just like an A321. Yep. How do you join VATSIM after the exam? You have to download the proper software. So if you're on Xbox, you need, if you're on X-Plane, you need X-Pilot. If you're on Microsoft or P3D, you need V-Pilot. It should say all in the instructions, to be honest with you, Martin. I'm pretty sure it says. I had a random engine failure over Adriatic airspace once, and the controller is really helpful. There you go. Yeah. What flavor am I vaping? This is THC, and it's Gelato Mint. Gelato Mint. Landon, thanks so much, man, for another $5 donation. Appreciate you, man, as always. Thank you. 737-900 replaces the 7.5, and the 7.5 could climb fast, but the 737-900 climbs slow. It does. It really does. Yeah. Thanks so much, Landon. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you, dude. Did you get mad when you can't smoke in a real plane? No, I'm fine. I don't smoke cigarettes or anything anymore, so it doesn't really... Yeah. Have you seen photos of United's A321? Thing looks sweet. I have not. No. If you flew the 600, not only can you climb like a mofo, but you don't have those ugly winglets. True. I actually like the 7.3 without the winglets, man. They're actually quite nice. I do agree. 420 sign on, it is. This United Blue Evo livery has to be one of the all-time faves of yours. Very cool. I like the merger livery, the United livery, Bryce, where like they have like the gold bottom kind of when they did the merge. That's, I think, my favorite United livery, but followed very closely by this one. I really do like this livery as well. What's the difference between a 737-800 and 900? Just the length. I think this one's 11 feet or 7 feet or something like that.
I'm going to Hawaii in 2 weeks, and while
lucky.
I am down there I am doing 2 Cessna flights to go towards my flying hours. Can't wait.
Very cool, Landon. Enjoy that, man. That's going to be a hell of an experience, man. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you very, very much for your support. Appreciate you, dude. The length and the range. Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I get to go flying IRL on Wednesday, guys. I don't know if you guys were here in chat on the weekend and saw that. We get to go flying IRL. Brendan Beery coming in with 5 gifted members. Brendan, thank you very much for the support, my friend. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind. Guys, let's get some love and chat for Brandon, gifting 5 members to the channel. I feel like the members-only stream next weekend is going to be popping off. It's going to be a great time. Thanks so much, Brandon. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where am I flying? We're going to Toronto again. Well, just north of Toronto. We're going to a town just north of Toronto. It's going to be really cool. I'll post some pictures and some stuff. Have you ever tried VR? I have tried VR. I would never stream VR. I don't know if you've ever seen a VR stream. It's headache inducing. The camera is always shaking and moving, and it's just, ugh. Drives me bananas, man. Standard barometric pressure. Beautiful. Moose, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Will they have a full motion sim at World Flight like the 737? It's not full motion, Andre. It is a static simulator, but the way that he's got it set up, he's got like, you can see the sim if you go to the website. If you put !WF World Flight and then click on the Nightbot command, you can go see his sim. Yeah. I like that United kept the Continental livery from the merger. The merger livery was also my favorite United livery. Yeah, I agree, RTR. I like that one. Cap, I'm thinking of going for a 3080 to a 4090. Talk me out of it. Listen, dude, if you have the money, do it. If you have the money, do it, man. I mean, at least the prices have come back down a little bit more to reality. I still think it's absolutely absurd to pay $2,600, $2,700 for a graphics card, but at least they're back down. They're not $3,600 or $4,000. Now, if you're... Would you recommend VR? I don't know. I mean, that's really, you'd have to talk to other VR users. I'm not a VR user. For one reason, I probably could never stream VR. Like I said, I think VR is headache inducing, so I would never stream it. But I've heard really good things about it. I have tried it at the Expo in 2018. I did try it as well, so yeah. Are you going to do flights in the 380? When it comes out, we will, yes. When it is out, we will. Look at how slow this thing is, man. 12 minutes into our flight, we're just through 21,000 feet. Crazy. She's slow. Slow climber. That's okay. We got lots of time, right, chat? Lots of time. What would you recommend for a good entry-level joystick and thruster? Honestly, I would probably suggest the T16000M from Thrustmaster, the throttle and joystick combo, simply because you can use it with any setup. You can use it with Airbus, you can use it with Boeing, you can use it with DCS, you can do all kinds of things with it. The T16000M is probably my favorite entry-level side stick. I used one for many years, so yeah. Mr. Capcan, how you doing, my friend? Happy Monday, or should I say Friday for you? It is. Yeah, good to see you, Maverick. Hope all is well, my man. How did this weekend go? I'm surprised you're still alive, hanging out with those guys. Holy macaroni. I heard like they were up till like 4 a.m. in the sim flying and stuff. That's just wild, man. Wild. Flying the Cessna 152 AirVenture Oshkosh. Very cool. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. I wonder if a 757-200 will be added to Microsoft. There is one in the works, yes, FedEx Pilot, by a company called Bluebird Simulation. They have a YouTube channel. You can go see some of the, they've got a couple videos and stuff up of it already, so you can go check that out. Bluebird Simulation. They also have a static 737 sim in Clearwater, Florida. So I want to check that one out for 1 hour, $120. It's not bad. Yeah. This weekend was amazing, and yeah, each night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday till almost 4 a.m., and now I'm at work even though we were up till 3. That's insane. Are they going back today, or are they going home? Like I said, man, fuck, dude, I really wish, Mav, I didn't live so far, and it was just such a, you know, like I was mentioning in stream, like, for me to do something like this, you're talking like $2 grand for a weekend, you know? No way I could justify that, but, you know, I'll be there in November, but I really wish, man. Yeah. Ryan went home Sunday, and Jeff's going home today. Got you. You need a WestJet 787 livery to use? There's tons up on flightsim.to, Captain Dom. Just look on there, man. It's pretty good partner with Just Flight. Which one's that, Jacob? What were we talking about? Oh, FS to Crew, or are we talking about something else? I've never used FS to Crew, no. They've offered to send it to me for me to, like, review it, but I don't know. I feel like if I just want to do, like, multi-crew experience, I'll just use your controls or something like that, right? Yeah. Apparently after that, they're going to release the 767. Yes, correct. The Bluebird 75. Oh, yes. Got you. It does look pretty good. And to be fair, Jacob, I don't think... Here's one thing that I really... I'm not trying to... I'm just going to... They're using Just Flight as, like, they're very similar to, like, how some companies use Aerosoft as, like, the publisher. So they're not partnering with Just Flight. You just have to be very careful with your words, because somebody's going to take that and say, Captain Canada said you're partnering with Just Flight. And so, no, they're not partnering with Just Flight. I believe that they're just using Just Flight's platform. So Just Flight has a website and they have everything right. I think they're going to be selling the aircraft on Just Flight's website. I don't think Just Flight has anything to do with the development of the airplane. I don't think Just Flight is doing anything for the airplane. I think they're just using Just Flight's platform to sell their product, because Just Flight has been pretty successful in Microsoft with the releases, the BAE 146, the Fokker series, right? So I love FS to Crew, but you might not be the best for streaming. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that one as well. Like, I looked into it, it looks cool and stuff, but, like, listen, man, I'm so used to doing single pilot ops and, like, all these airplanes that we fly that I feel like it would just take me longer than anything, right? Apparently after their 7.6 releases, they may have a secret project. I wonder what that aircraft is. I mean, again, I'm not paying attention to any of that, to be honest with you, dude, because a secret project, after you haven't released your first airplane and you have another airplane after your first airplane to release, means that your secret project is 3 years away. I don't fucking care. Tell me when it's a month away and I can get ready to fly it. You know what I mean? I swear, dude, I must sound bitter at this point, but it's not. I promise you I'm not bitter, Chad. It's just that I've learned over the years, just I don't get excited about product announcements anymore. I really don't. It's I get excited when an aircraft is imminent release, you know? I did my first flight on VATSIM after being scared for months. It was awesome. Very cool. Your controls are better fly with a real person than that. Exactly. Yeah. Have you seen the latest preview video of Beyond ATC? Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool, especially for those that don't want to fly on VATSIM or anything like that. Yeah. Just wondering, that's all. No, you're good, Kane. You're good. I'm just letting you know, man. I don't, like I said, dude, if you guys want to get excited for these things, that's perfectly fine. But the reality of it is we're going to be waiting years for a lot of these products, right? I'm not getting excited for a secret project that is yet to be announced after. No, thank you. We'll deal with that when the time comes, you know. What are your thoughts on the Aerosoft 330 drama? They announced the plane. We spoke about it this weekend, Will, quite a bit, actually. Quickly, I'll just cap up everything. I don't know what's going over at Aerosoft. I don't know how you're not all hands on deck, and I don't know how you're not trying to make this happen as best as you can. Maybe they are. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. I don't know, man. But yeah, it seems very odd that somebody that's been with the company for like 30 years, 20-something years, 26 years or something like that, just decides to leave a couple months before the company's biggest release, I would say arguably ever. Aerosoft's been out for how long? And this is probably the A330 for Microsoft is probably the biggest project they've ever done. So something fishy is going on for sure. There's clearly some miscommunication, misguidance, mismanagement, whatever it is. It doesn't bode well, and I honestly think they're losing clients by the day at this point. I think more people are kind of smartening up and kind of being like, well, what are we really expecting here then now, you know? So I don't know, man. I honestly, in my personal opinion, Will, it feels like it's mismanaged. It feels like the whole project has just been mismanaged. And maybe that was Mathis's fault, and maybe that's why he's leaving. I don't know, but I feel like the whole project has been completely mismanaged. Again, I don't know who from what reasons or why, but yeah. Mathis said he was going to a competitor. I wonder where we'll see him pop up next. Well, I'm sure you'll see it wherever he decides to go. I'm pretty sure you'll see and hear it. So, yeah. What's up, Cap? Currently flying from Miami to SCEL, 3 hours in, 8 hours to go. Oof. Damn. Almost feels like it's a CRJ repeat. It couldn't fly an ILS properly and still can't. I do agree that the RJ, again, probably needs some major love and some tweaking on some aspects of it. I actually think the RJ, for what it is somewhat decent, but I do agree that it does need some work still. Yeah. I take it that it's delayed. Well, I mean, I feel like we're probably 4 to 6 months delayed now. I'm pretty sure they were talking like months ago that the aircraft was going to be releasing, and then they released the paint kit, and like there was like, you know, usually a company won't release the paint kit unless like a release is imminent, right? Like, why are you going to let people paint an airplane if they're still going to be waiting 6-8 months for the airplane? So that didn't make sense. They released the paint kit. Now we've got probably 10,000 liveries and no airplane. And then again, the whole debacle of Mathis leaving, and then this most recent debacle of this whole website and everything that they did. It's just, you know, everybody was expecting to get this big news, maybe a release date or some type of schedule or time frame or something that we could look forward to. And to be honest with you, the website in itself is good because it puts all the A330 news on one. I understand that aspect of it, but it's all regurgitated. The entire website is just regurgitated from the forums. And if you've been paying attention to Aerosoft or anything, you know about the forums, and you've been looking at the forums. So it just doesn't make sense that they spent all this time and hyping everybody up for this website, for the website to literally just say everything that the forums have said. Nothing new, no release date, no time schedule, no nothing, right? So I don't know. I can understand why the community would be upset. And the CRJ flight dynamics suck. You know why, Kyle? Because it was designed, the flight dynamics were designed around the initial release of Microsoft Flight Simulator. So there's so many things that have happened to the flight model and the flight depiction and the way things work in this simulator, and the Aerosoft hasn't really done anything, to be honest with you. Have you flown it recently? It's been forgotten about and the things are breaking, like Aerosoft is ignoring it. I mean, last time I checked, Will, it had received like 17 updates since the release. I don't know how long it's been out. How long has the airplane been out? A year and a half, maybe 2 years? It's received 17 updates, so I don't quite think that it's been forgotten by Aerosoft. There maybe hasn't been an update in a little bit. I don't know. I haven't checked in a very long time. But like I said, there's been 17 updates done to the aircraft since it has been released. So I would hardly say that that's been forgotten by Aerosoft. Maybe currently right now, like I said, it's all hands on deck for the A330 series, and they just don't have time to fix up whatever problems need to be done in the 7.3 or the CRJ. But it's definitely not priority. No, I would believe that they're probably all on that. It can't fly an ILS glide slope anymore, so that's weird. I don't know. Maybe we'll fly it in the next little bit, but. Mathis leaving is a major win. The dude argued to tooth and nail on their forums, always making the customer seem wrong and invalidated. I mean, I feel like that's just every flight sim. Every flight sim forum, man, is usually the developer being ganged up on, and then the developer just trying to, you know, save face. I feel like that's literally every forum. Forums can be ruthless sometimes, man. They can be a definite ruthless place. Yeah, I have heard that he didn't have the most... he didn't have the best relationship with the community, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't flown the RJ in quite a while, so I don't know, man. I really don't know. I can't really speak to that, but yeah. Cruising over the Pacific, heading to Anchorage from Narita. Very cool. Nice. Mathis. I want to get the Captain Sim. Wait, the CS 737X CDU. But I don't know if it's worth it. It's up to you, Landon. If you fly the 737 a lot, it's definitely worth it. It's quite an awesome little tool. I've had mine for over a year now, and I absolutely love it. I see a lot more people using your controls now. When I first tried it, I found it super buggy. Has it gotten better over time? It definitely has. Yeah, it definitely has. The couple times that I've used it, I don't think we've really had any issues. The only thing that I can say that you need to make sure you're running the same aircraft, obviously the same version of the aircraft, so everything's up to date. And you need to make sure that the easiest way to do it is if you go to the MIC or the CDU, you go to menu and you go to FS actions, you go to PMDG setup and you go to panel state load and you load the default cold and dark. Make sure that you're both using pounds or kilograms, whichever one you guys want to use. But the panel state and the kilograms or pounds is also extremely important. You need to make sure that you're running with the same scenery. So you have the same airport, freeware, payware, whatever it may be. There's a lot of parameters that go into making sure the flight can be successful and that everything works out smoothly. For the 5 or 6 that I've done recently, shared flights, I've had no problems. Everything's worked perfectly fine. So, yeah. Are you running FS Dream Team Cord? I am, yes. I'm sponsored by FS Dream Team, so I get all their scenery. I'm having a weird issue right now, though. So FS Dream Team, I don't know how many months ago, they introduced in GSX that if you don't have a license key, so if you own any of their products and the license key hasn't been activated on their app, that GSX won't work for that airport. I don't know about license keys. I was sent like a code from FS Dream Team, the Umberto, who owns the lead developer at FS Dream Team. I was sent a code that basically unlocked all of their sceneries for me, but I don't have a specific key to put in for each individual airport. So I don't know. I can't get GSX to work. Every time I try and launch GSX, when I land into Chicago, it just says GSX cannot be loaded at this airport, or GSX is disabled due to something. And anyways, it's weird. It's very weird. I don't know why, but Troa, thanks so much for your support, man. Hope I'm not butchering your name too bad. Huge no floaties too, man. Thank you very much.
Hey Captain, here is a tip for all your help with advice on flight simulator aircraft, and also can't wait for the Q400. I have learned a lot from you.
Yes, it's going to be awesome, man. Thanks for your support, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. Glad I was able to teach you some things. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, dude. Mathis? Like Mathis. Guys, I don't know why who really cares? How do you know if a scenery will run well on your PC? How do you know if a scenery will run well? Look at some of the reviews. So before you purchase anything, look at the reviews, see what people are saying. People are either going to tell you it runs really well, people are going to tell you it doesn't run that well. So that would be your best bet for sure. Let's go to our NitRef index performance, and we're going to bump our cost index up to 55. I don't know what that's going to do, but we'll see if that changes anything. Yeah, it brings us up to Mach 7.9. So that's good. You can see here we've literally got a straight crosswind. Not even a tailwind. Just a straight crosswind, 45 knots. If you jump outside, you probably see the airplane. It's not too bad, actually. Aviation Blaze, my man, dropping the $5 donation. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Matt Heiss, there you go. No worries, Landon. Yeah, definitely, you know, Sim Market is wonderful for that, because Sim Market, when you go to like purchase a scenery, I've showed this before, like if you go to Sim Market...
Have you seen the cost sounds for the TLIS products? I know you're not big on Explain, but they are actually good.
I have not seen there's a new sound set. No, I did not. I'm sure that's going to make BSS very happy. I'm telling you, man, BSS is right in his own grave. So the good thing about Sim Market is like when you go to purchase a product, you know, like let's say you want to buy a scenery, right? So like let's say where's like East Midlands? Is East Midlands up on here or something like that? Let's look for like I don't know, look for like East Midlands. It's like the new Pyrig scenery that comes up or something like that. That's UK 2000. Anyways, should be okay. But you can see when you click on a scenery, you're going to see up here, you're going to have like reviews. So it's got 5 stars, 2 reviews. If you scroll down, you'll actually see the reviews. So best add-on for FSX by far, very accurate, detailed model of an actual airport. Stunning, one of the best airports ever made for FSX, George Fly Tampa. So, you know, that's George from Fly Tampa. I actually know George from Fly Tampa. So like I said, always check the reviews, man. Always see every time before you purchase something. And then also, man, if you're in any Discords or anything like that, go to, you know, you can usually rely on the people in the Discord. You could say, hey guys, I'm about to pick up this scenery. Is it any good? And people will usually be pretty brutally honest with you and say yes or no. But nice to see some prime air ops into East Midlands from Leipzig. They are real flight done in a 738 BCF. That could be very cool, Juan. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. How long is that flight, Juan? That could be fun for sure. What is my favorite part of Flight Sim? Probably interacting with the community. I think that's probably my favorite part. Interacting with the community and just, you know, having a little bit more pressure to like have nice landings and stuff, right? Because I am streaming. So there's a little bit more pressure for, you know, not smash the airplane on the ground and kill all the passengers and break the landing gear, right? Yeah, it's not a bad one. Maybe we can do that on Thursday. We'll see. Ever think of flying somewhere like Asia or Africa? Yep, we do, man. Obviously, so I'm kind of smart with how I do my whole... I take a look at, like, the analytics flying Shamrock. So although it may seem like I fly a lot in, like, the US and North America and a lot in Europe and the UK and stuff, that's actually where I have a lot of my viewership comes from, is those places, North America and Europe and the UK. So that's why I tend to fly in those places, just because I don't have a lot of viewership in other countries outside of that. So that's why you see me fly a lot into there. I do spend, you know, weeks flying around. We just did, not that long ago, I think a month ago, we were in, you know, flying in Singapore and Manila and, like, doing all kinds of fun flights, right? This next week coming up, we're going to be flying in Japan. We're going to spend a week flying in Japan. So I do go to different places, but I kind of target my audience, my demographic. I kind of target that really well with my North American flights and my European and UK flights and stuff like that. That is where I want to say 80% of my viewership comes from, is those two places. So that is why you see a lot of North American flights. That's why you see a lot of European flights, the UK flights, and yeah. That would be the reasoning why, my friend. Flying around the world in the DC-6, currently Keflavik to Manchester. Jeez. Have you seen the SafeCon series of the Flying Magazine YouTube channel? I have not, Kyle. No. Cap's favorite part is babysitting. Yes. What did we call it yesterday? Captain Canada Summer Camp 2023. Yesterday was it was a good test of my patience. Have you streamed the ATR yet? We would be doing so. I have, Rudy. Yeah, I flew it for like 2 weeks straight when it came out, Rudy. I flew it so much that I think I made everybody sick of flying the ATR. I do want to fly it again. We definitely will be flying it again. I don't know exactly when. We've got the next like week kind of planned, so yeah. But I did stream it, yes, for 2 weeks straight when it came out. We even did the London City approach. We did a bunch, man. We did a bunch. What PC do I have? Exclamation point specs in chat, my friend. That'll provide you with everything that I'm using. And if you want to know the stream PC, you put exclamation point stream PC. Mark, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude. Hope you had a great weekend. Had to take a break from the sim. Hey, man, nothing wrong with that, dude. Walk away when you got to, right? Walk away when you got to, man. The Pacific crossing is the worst, especially in a DC-6. I mean, how long does that take? I mean, you got to just be sitting there for an hour. Like, how fast does that airplane fly? Not very fast, does it? Not very fast at all. Just butchered your landing in the Faro? Ah, get it next time, man. I've had it up to 365 knots ground speed. Okay, that's not too bad. It's actually faster than I thought it would be. Actually not the worst. Who was that? That was Alexander. Thanks so much, man, for 14 months. Appreciate you. Says, all the Airbus aircraft in sim or in development. Are all Airbus aircraft in the sim or in development? We've got, I mean, right now, worthy of flying, we've got an A320neo, we've got an A320. We've got an A321 coming. We've got an A330 coming. We've got an A350 in development. We've got an A220 in development. Yeah, there's quite a lot in development right now, man. It's pretty crazy how much is going on with this sim, to be honest. Why does the engine look like it's spinning slow? That's just like the camera effect. It's spinning so fast that it looks like it's spinning slow. Have you ever been in front of a turbine? Who's doing the 321? FS Labs. FS Labs has confirmed that they are now developing. They have no intentions on developing for P3D V6. They are now developing for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yes, I believe the A321 is what they have confirmed. I would do a little bit of research first, but as far as I've been told and my understanding is that FS Labs will bring in the A321 series over. Yeah, and now you have to think, right? How long has it been since the Phoenix A320 has come out? I think we have to be kind of crazy to think that Phoenix isn't up to another airplane, that Phoenix wouldn't be making an A319 or a 321. So I agree, Kyle. I know that FS Labs takes a very long time with their development cycle, so I would assume probably 2 to 3 years. Yep. I don't think we'll see it for 2020. We'll probably see it for 2024. But yeah, we'll see, man. Cap, did you hear the announcement that Beyond ATC is trying to get on Xbox? Very cool. I think it would sell really great on Xbox because you don't have VATSIM, right, on Xbox or anything like that. I don't think VATSIM's ever going to be possible on Xbox, so yeah. The bad thing is, except the 330, most of those planes are years away. I don't think the A220 is years away. I still think that the A220 is probably towards the end of this year, most likely. Maybe early next year it's going to be coming out. I think the same thing, the 330, who knows when that's coming. And then, of course, we have, listen, that there's secret projects that haven't even been announced yet, right? Because some companies like to keep everything close. So that there's projects going on that haven't been announced that we don't even know about. So, yeah. You think the A220 is next summer? I don't think it's going to be that long, Kyle. Especially from what they showed, I thought they were going with a release at the end of this year, but who knows, man? Who knows? Have lots of new planes will be here by the end of the year, hopefully. Yeah. Just for fun, having a good golf stream or a citation in Microsoft would be cool. I've heard the citation with the working title mod is really good, actually, Tyler. If you're on PC and you can get the working title mod for the citation, I've heard really, really good things about it. Captain Diaz, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. We have all the families who would suck for something bad to happen if you vape, plus you live longer. Are you talking about vape, man? Listen, who cares, dude? Breathing air is bad for you, man. It's 2023, bro. The food you're eating has microplastics that are going to kill you and give you cancer. The fast food that you're eating is literally killing you. Just stop. Who cares, man? Like, I'm not even vaping. Like, this is what I don't understand. I swear it's like you guys come in here just to stir the shit for absolutely no reason. I'm not even sitting here vaping. Like, my vaping, it's not even in my hand right now. I don't even know why this is a conversation. Like, what the fuck? Move along, man. Move along. You don't like seeing somebody vape, you don't got to be here, man. Nobody's forcing you to be here, dude. Just move along. Continue on. Continue with your day. Have a great day. Hey, Cap, would you show your user config? Because I messed it up. My user config? No, I'm not going to show that. I don't know how you would mess up a user config. How did you mess that up? You should never be messing with those types of files and stuff, man, unless you know what you're doing. And if you are going to mess with those types of files, you got to make a backup of your regular, Lovely Mondays, man, oh man, oh man, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, man. Both the citations, CJ4 and the Longitude, are very good since working title started working with Microsoft. You don't need the mods anymore. Yeah, exactly. Same as like the 7.4 and the 7.8, right? You don't need the heavy division mod or those types of mods on it anymore. Or the salty sim mod. You don't really need any of those things anymore. Yeah. I never understand those comments. I honestly, at this point, man, I almost think it's people just wanting attention. They know that I'm gonna be like, you're an idiot. Stop talking about this. Like I don't know, man. I truly think it's people that just like don't understand as well, right? I don't think they just see like somebody vaping and they just assume like it's nicotine or like you're putting something in you that's harmful. You know what I mean? So, yeah. JD, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome from the Canadian Rockies. Don't eat sugar. Don't use tea bags. Don't eat out. Don't eat fried foods, etc. And our country wonders how we all end up with cancers. Live and die happy. That's it, man. All in moderation, dude. That's my big thing. All in moderation. You want to do anything with your life? It's fine. You only get one chance at it, man. All in moderation. You're falling for the bait? Yeah, Well, that's why I like to troll them back a little bit. And, yeah. Problem was, is he said it over and over and over again. It's like, at this point, it's like, okay. Your body's not a temple, it's an amusement park. Very true. Yep, I did 200 milligram edible and I crashed the plane and I was laughing. 200's a lot, man. I would be on my ass if I had 200 milligrams. You watched a tutorial of how to get better graphics? Yeah, but then you're I don't know, man. Listen, lessons learned, dude. Always make a backup. If you're going to start editing files and stuff like that, you have to make a backup so that if you mess up at some point, you can go back. Because now at this point, you pretty much just have to you probably have to reinstall your simulator. If you mess it up that bad, there's no way you're going to fix it unless you can figure out exactly what you changed and exactly what you did and exactly what it was on. You're high for 3 days straight? I mean, that's the way edibles work, though, too, man. Your body has to process it. It's such a longer process, man. It is. It's crazy. I think once the 777 releases, I can wait another year for the 380 and of all the other planes. Maybe. Yeah. I feel like once we get a couple more like major releases, like don't forget about the Q400. Like maybe we're getting the Q400 by the end of the year. Who knows, man? Like I said, who really knows? Yeah. Couldn't you delete it and verify integrity of files on Steam? That literally reinstalls the full simulator again, Bagels. There's no way to just like quickly find files that you're missing. If you press that button on Steam, done. It reinstalls the entire sim. You had a 500 milligram edible while I'm simming once, and a UFO abducted me through the screen. I believe that. You guys are nuts, dude. I would never. Fuck, man. I would be dead if I ate that much, man. I don't know what it is, dude. Edibles really mess with me. Like, I can smoke till the cows come home. I'm on the Canadian Olympic smoking team. But edibles, dude, cripple me. Dead. Do not verify I made that mistake, had to re-download it all. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that at all. Who's making the Q4? Majestic. The OG. The original FSX and P3D developer, Majestic. So you know it's going to be good. Phoenix has been extremely quiet recently. I wonder if they're planning some exciting news for V2 update or if it just got busy. Hopefully both. Hopefully they're busy and they're trying to, you know. George, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. What do you think about the PMDG updates? I really miss the Zebo mod, but I like more Microsoft. What do I think about the Zebo PMDG? I think they're fine. I don't really have any issues with it. I'd obviously like to have the EFB, but I feel like we're in final testings of the EFB, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't understand the people that like get upset and stuff like that. Like, it's you getting upset at PMDG because it doesn't have an EFB is not going to make the airplane worse or better. Does it make things easier if you have an EFB? Sure, absolutely. But the airplane is still completely flyable, you know? Multiple golden medalists in the medicine long smoke. Exactly. Exactly. Being retired, Mark. When I retire, I will have a banner. All download from Steam is an instruction to download the sim from Microsoft, so if you verify, it deletes everything about that instructions again. Ah, there you go. Do I still use Volanta? I haven't used Volanta this week, no. Just want to quit my job and fly rookie sim forever. Dude, the dream. The dream. The dream, man. Do you think Bluebird Just Flight 7.5 will compare to the Flight Factor 7.5? So be careful, TPX. We already spoke about this. Just Flight has absolutely nothing to do with the 7.5. Just Flight will be the publisher. So Bluebird will be selling exclusively on the Just Flight website. You have to be very careful. We kind of spoke about this earlier. Just Flight is not doing anything to the airplane. It's just a platform for Bluebird is a new simulator, right? A new group. They probably don't have the resources to make a website and all that fun stuff. So you have to be careful. Bluebird is just selling the 7.5 on the Just Flight website. So my thoughts on it on Bluebird, I've heard the CEO and I've heard some developers speak and they sound very well educated. They sound like they know what they're doing. So fingers crossed that the airplane that's going to translate into a decent airplane, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll really have to wait and see. It's not an EFB about multiple systems. Sounds like the Zebo mod. Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just Flight is testing it as well. Sure, but I mean they're not developing the airplane, right? It's not like a development partnership. So that's why I'm just letting people know, because I think the general consensus is a lot of people think that like Just Flight is making this airplane with them, which is not the case at all. Bluebird is the developer, Just Flight is the publisher, and sure, they may be testing it and they may run it through their, hopefully maybe it speeds up the process, but yeah. I don't fly the BA nor the Fokker, but I actually think they're extremely well done. They are one. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Just because I don't fly the airplanes, but I think I've watched some streams. I saw V1 flying it last week, and looks like a well done airplane. Just not for me, man. Like, I'm not interested in flying an airplane like that, right? Jordan, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. No, I don't know, Gavin. Like I said, man, go and watch some of the videos where their CEO speaks and some of the developers speak about like how they're doing things and how the product is evolving and stuff. And when you hear these guys speak and you hear the way that they're speaking, and they sound very respectful, they sound like they know exactly how to approach the situation, and it sounds like they know exactly what they're doing. So go watch a couple videos and yeah. Cap, do you have V-Syncs or max frame limiter on an NVIDIA control panel? I don't, Zen. No, I don't run like I don't have a 4000 series, so I'm not running. I'm getting 51 FPS right now. That's probably usually as high as I'll get with my current settings and stuff. So we're going up to 3.5. Yeah, actually, you know what? It says right there. Look at that. It was saying 347 forever, but it just bumped up to 3.5. So here we go. We'll pressurization panel 35,000. We'll bug up 35,000 here, and let's go up to flight level 350, and we'll execute that, and the aircraft will start to climb. And there we go. Looks like we got an aircraft in front of us here as well. I don't know how we caught up to them. Are you doing Oshkosh? No. No Oshkosh today. I don't really fly a lot of GA planes, to be honest with you. We fly the Fokker 70 and 100, the modern version, most likely one. I mean, I'm much more inclined to take a look at that with that, so yeah. Tom, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Manif, good to see you as well, man. Appreciate you being here. Welcome, welcome. And remember, guys, if you haven't done so, don't forget to smash down the thumbs up button. Let's get the stream up to as many likes as we can. The 100s are all over Australia. That could be fun, for sure. I think Bluebird is developing the 7.5. Yes, 7.5, and then after that a 7.6. They have confirmed that. So is there two different groups making a 7.5? No, there's not, Joshua. Just one. Bluebird Simulation is one. That is the one. Look at the ortho out there. It's beautiful. Tolus or Phoenix? Definitely the Phoenix. Not taking anything away from Tolus. I think Tolus does great work, but I don't think, with the EFB and the way things are done, I don't think you can really compete with Phoenix, man. They're just, most Microsoft Flight Sim developers are on a whole different level. They've got a whole different understanding and a whole different, Tolus is really good at modeling systems and making like failures and stuff like that enabled into a simulator, whereas I find Phoenix is kind of like the whole package. You get the failures, you get the, pushing boundaries with the tablet. Like the tablet in the Phoenix is probably the best tablet in any aircraft ever made. It's just incredible. So will you be flying the Just Flight A300? I mean, it really depends who comes out with theirs first, Jacob. If any builds comes out with their A300, I will probably not purchase the other one. I'm definitely more of a modern style, so I'd probably prefer the AnyBuilds A300, as that's going to be the, you know, the ones flying around today for FedEx, UPS, and stuff like that. So, yeah. I've never flown the A300 before. I don't really know much about it, Jacob. So, I also am not really interested in doing the whole the panel that's in the back, like the engineer panel and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm excited for the MD-11. When the first time going to fly an MD-11 for the first time. Nice. Yeah, they're going to be fun for sure. I believe even real life pilots say that about the Phoenix EFB. It's incredible, man. It's incredible. Described the Phoenix last week, and now I'm waiting for my D10s to arrive for flights in factory. Nice. Very cool, Mark. I'll enjoy that, man. All right, we actually have to start planning an arrival, chat, because if you look here at our flight plan, we only have 2 waypoints left. We only have 2 waypoints left, and then we got to jump on the arrival. I can't believe we're about halfway already. That's pretty crazy. So let's see what the weather's doing here in Chicago. Did you hear that? 2024, they'll be add most of the planes with tablets. Nice, very cool. If I already have a PMDG 737-800, which other of the 737 variants would you recommend? Probably the 900 or the 700, Dean. Really depends. Yeah. Katie did a great job. She did, John. Yeah, it's incredible. Took the day off work today. Good to see you decided on Cord. Good choice. Nice. Glad you could be here today, man. How come you don't fly old birds anymore? Remember, you used to fly the 7.2 and the 7.3 Classic. We don't really have them that much, man. And, like, to be fair, Kyle, like, the 7.2 was probably one of the oldest ones that I really enjoyed flying. And I really just enjoyed flying it because I truly liked the model and how it kind of flew. The 737 Classic, well, I wouldn't really call it a classic. It was like the most modern of the older 7.3s, right? We just don't really have those available in this sim, man. We don't really have a 737-300. We don't really have a 727. We have some older airplanes, but they're not quite of that, you know. Both of those airplanes were kind of like modern but old, you know what I mean? So... but we just don't. Maybe if we get them in the simulator, eventually we can do some more of those. But you know, if we don't have them, Austin finally released 12.06, but it's in beta. So much for 2 weeks after the expo. Oh well. Like I said, I don't concern myself with anything X-Plane related anymore, man. I couldn't be bothered. I just don't care anymore. Okay, so the real flight took 28 left. Sorry, 28 center for the arrival. That's where the real flight went. So I guess that's what we're going to take. We'll take the Fight 7 RNAV arrival. So we'll come down here. We'll go to Fight 7. Fight 7 for 28 center. That is what we will take. Good. We're going to take it via the Myers transition. There it is right there. Good. And we're going to plan for the ILS 28 center. And we'll open up our charts. We'll go to Chord, Approach, ILS 28 center. I believe that's the last time we flew into here as well. We got 28 center for the approach. We'll pin that, and we want to take it via... What is my options? Vogler? We don't want Vogler. We'll take it via Linda. Linda. I like how the way they spell that. LNDUH. Imagine making these waypoints, dude. Linda. I love it. We'll go and execute that. We'll go to our legs page. We'll scroll through here. We'll make sure that this all looks good. All that's good. No crazy discontinuities. Radar vectors. Hazel. Where's Hazel? What should we have before Hazel? Where does it take us? Oh, wow. It's missing all those waypoints. Okay. Well, let's go from... It's weird that it's missing all those waypoints. Takes us from Tony, which is where? Tony should be here. Yeah, okay, there's Tony. And then from Tony, we probably should go... Well, I'll put in Linda. We'll just do it from that way. So we'll go Linda, L-N-D-U-H, Linda. Put the Linda, and then from Linda, we'll go to S-N-TO. Good, Sinto, I don't know. And then we'll go to Cone, K-O-E-N-N. And then from Cone, we'll go to Meemaw. I remember Meemaw, getting the Meemaw transition. I remember that one. Meemaw. Great waypoints into here, guys. Meemaw. Good. And then from Mima, it's Arzuku. Arzuku. Okay. And then will be Hazel. And that looks a little bit better. Cool. I'm not quite sure why it didn't draw those in. Probably because if I selected the transition, it probably would have put all of those in. But cool. Sweet. Everything looks good there. And then what we can do is we can flip this to plan quickly. And we can kind of just scroll through here and make sure that this all looks good. We're direct FOD, Foxtrot, Oscar, Delta. And then it's going to be to B-Hawk and down all the way in. And there's the arrival. Perfect. So from Tony, we probably don't have to take it all the way up to Linda, unless we do. But if you're flying in front of me and you're also taking 28 center, remember that we have tons of runway options here, guys. So don't feel like you have to take runway 28 center if you're flying with me. We can land on 27 left, 27 center, 27 right. We can land on 28 left, 28 center, 28 right. So there's 6 different runways that we can choose for our arrival. We don't all need to go on the arrival. I'm just basing it off of our flight. This is the flight that we're doing here. United 6, well, this is 673. We had to switch quickly. We're 617. But you can see there where they're coming in on the United flights. 28 center is where they're arriving, and they're parking up here. So even if you did on the 27s, 27s could work really well as well. 27 center could work perfectly fine. But I think they use 27 for departures. I'm not quite sure. I don't know enough about Chicago, to be honest with you. I don't fly in and out of here all that much. I really don't. I just know that we're going to the Bravo gates. That's all I know. Wonder who decides the waypoint names. I have no clue. But they have a great job. Because some of them are really damn good, man. Some of those names that I see, it's like, damn. They depart on the inboards and arrive on the outboards. Got you. Like most airports, right? With multiple runways. Wish Cord had some better scenery. I mean, it's got FS Dream Team, dude. It's pretty damn good. I mean, I loaded in last night to make sure the scenery worked and everything was great. Yeah. The south downwind makes for a great city view right over the top. Yep. They also depart 2-2s. Yeah, they do weird. What's that one that shoots outward? You're probably right. It's probably the 2-2. Yeah. Or, yeah, 2-2 left. This one. We've departed out of here as well. Yeah. That is a very common departing runway. I think because it gets you, you've got midway over here as well. So probably sequences them up quite nicely. Yeah. There we are on the map. See, we're just about halfway. But it's crazy that we start the arrival at FOD or Myers, I guess. Myers is the first waypoint on the arrival. It's pretty crazy how far you pick up the arrival. That's a good probably 200-300 miles. Pretty crazy. How to get the outside view? You trick the camera view, Adam. So you basically make a wing view and then you trick the camera and you come outside. If you're not sure how to do it, just Google or YouTube custom wing views, Microsoft Flight Simulator. So at Frankfurt last night, I couldn't understand the ATC for the life of me, so I told him and disconnected. Uh-oh. I find they're pretty good over there. Sometimes closely related to Star Wars games like Atlanta's Jedi 2 RNAV arrival. Atlanta has some really cool airport arrivals, man. Atlanta has the Lord of the Rings one as well. They've got the Hobbit 2. They've got the Jedi. Atlanta's got some really cool approaches. Yeah. The Hobbit one's awesome, dude. Frodo, Mordor. Got some cool-ass waypoints. His accent was so thick I couldn't hear what the numbers he was saying. Ah, got you. I mean, you can always just ask for a PDC sync. Don't ever feel like you can't, you know, just tell him, hey, man, like I'm having a lot of problems understanding. Can I just get a PDC? Yeah. Drops low pretty far out. 300 plus knots at 11,000 feet for the last 20 to 30 miles landing west. Yeah. I do remember that. It's a very slow, gradual descent. We do fly over Omaha, yeah. Or close to it, anyways. I think we're just north of it right now. There's Omaha right there. I don't think we'd see it. I think we're still a little bit too north. Yeah, like I said, man, sometimes you can't understand, just ask for a PDC, dude. Ask for him to write it down. There's nothing wrong with that. Gap on Vatson, what country would you say usually has the best controllers? It's tough, man. Really tough. I would probably say Germany probably has the most proficient, probably has the most well-controlled airspace between like Bremen radar and all those other radars. Germany is top-notch. London is also extremely well done. London Control, London Terminal, or London, whatever they're called. They do a great job over there as well. Boston Center in the U.S. is probably the best one in the U.S. They're incredible. They do a great job. L.A. Center is another good one. Jack Center, Jacksonville Center as well. They're kind of everywhere, man. There's great controllers everywhere, to be honest with you. Hey, Gap, would you say paying for Navigraph is worth it? If you fly online or you're interested in learning how to read real-world charts, yes. Yeah. The U.S. is overall pretty solid. It can be. I've had some not the best experiences in some of the U.S. airports that I've flown into, but yeah. Oakland Center is the man. See, usually when I'm flying in that part, I'm either on Pilot Edge. I don't think I've really had Oakland Center all that much on VATSIM. Oh. Boston, New York, and the USA. Boston for sure. Yeah. Had a great run yesterday. Phoenix to Sacramento to Denver to Cord. Damn. Good to sit and hide from the sun all day and the sun I got on Saturday. There you go, man. There you go, dude. IRL Atlanta controllers are absolutely fantastic. I believe that. Probably IRL everywhere, man. Yeah. What are we doing? Denver to Jackson again. Love that route. Probably when it becomes like snow time again or something like that, Captain Iso Creams. I don't know if we'll fly in before, maybe fall. I don't know, man. We'll see. Usually that's like a hot spot for like skiing and snowboarding and stuff, right? It's a winter playground. So probably in the winter time we'll do some more Jackson Hole ops and stuff like that. Beautiful freeware scenery by our good friend, Mr. O-Dog, Odeezy. Pretty good long-haul aircraft for Microsoft. I mean, the default 787 and 747 aren't awful now. They're okay. You got the Curo 787. You've got the Headwind A330-900. Pardon me. But as far as like payware, no, not yet. We're waiting for Aerosoft's 330 or PMDG 777, whichever comes first. I use Navigraph for the PMDG 737 on Xbox while not online. It helps make the flight realistic with ILS, DMEs, and approach charts and program to ILS. Plus, it's nice to plan departures and arrivals. Absolutely, Sean. Yep. 100%. Imagine if there's another channel competing with you called FO Canada. Be pretty funny. Imagine I made a second channel and that's what I called it, and we flew everything from the right seat. Big brain moves right there. Maybe that's the future right there, chat. When I'm done playing Captain Canada, I go become FO Canada. And we fly a bunch of small planes around on the right seat. 777 hits different, really with the freight variant. Could be. I would say P3D best for long hauls. Of course, yes. Yeah. You know what's crazy, man, is even after all this time and thousands of hours in X-Plane, I still don't trust X-Plane for long hauls. Unless I'm flying an aircraft that has autosave, like the Innie builds or the Tollus, I'm not doing a long haul in X-Plane, man. I don't trust it whatsoever. And I don't wear glasses. True. FU Canada would make for some better clickbait. You take advice from the 7.6 FO from yesterday. Yeah, and I only listen to chat. I only listen to all the captains in chat. The new clouds in X-Plane are better? I mean, I would sure hope so, but I can almost promise you they're probably still nowhere near what they should be. You could have a guest captain every week to straighten out the chat. First route would be Sydney, New York, and the Captain Sim 777. Strains have used X-Men 11 for the last 4 across the ponds. Man, I would not trust it. Every single time I do cross the pond, it crashes on me. just as I'm about to enter like Irish airspace, I've obviously got something going on, and I can't figure out what the hell it is and what's causing it. Maybe it's a bad ortho tile. I don't know, man. But yeah, I just cannot trust X-Plane. Yeah. Flying the Comanche 250 into Oshkosh, that GA plane is sweet. I've heard a lot of good things about it, Skyfall. Heard a lot of good things, man. Maybe I'll pick it up one day when it goes on sale. I just don't want to spend $50 on a GA airplane. I'll fly a handful of times, right? So. Another channel idea is a montage together of all the Timmy pilots over the years telling you what to do and how to do it. No, I feel like that would just entice more people. As funny as it is, Sync, I think you just have to kind of be here for those moments, because yeah, I don't want to make a whole thing about that, because next thing you know, it's going to happen every stream, dude. It's going to drive me fucking bananas. That's what crashed Bill's sim years ago when he did CTP, hit Ireland and crashed. Yeah, I'm assuming it's a bad ortho batch or something going on, man, but yeah. Whatever happened to Bill? We don't really know, to be honest with you, man. We don't really know what happened to Bill. He was not happy with the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I think he kind of took a hiatus for a little bit, and I think that hiatus just turned into a permanent. Yeah. Imagine needing to download Ortho before a flight. It would suck. For sure, man. I mean, I've heard some good things about Auto Ortho, but I've also heard some bad things about Auto Ortho for X-Plane. I've heard that it can really hamper the performance of your simulator, so I don't know. Tolos A346 is great for 12-hour plus long hauls. There you go, sure. What happened to the guys? Good question, actually. I don't know. It's been a while since we've seen them. It's a good question. I don't know. You know what I've noticed, Kyle, throughout doing this for many years is that a lot of people get really involved with the flight sim community and then it kind of fizzles out, right? They kind of reach a plateau. They kind of fly everything that's available. They kind of do everything, all the routes that they want to do, and then it kind of, you know, the love for it kind of fizzles out. It is one of those hobbies where I feel like if you're not constantly investing money, at least in like new sceneries and new add-ons and new stuff, you're probably going to plateau pretty quickly. So there's been a lot of people that come and go, man. You know, it's... Sunny Boy's still here. Sunny Boy's a mod for the channel. He just has a different name now. But Sunny Boy's still here. Facebook Nick, another one, you know, used to be a good friend of mine, even like outside of like streams and stuff like that. But I don't know if you guys remember, about a year and a half ago, we went through a whole moderation
Always
problem.
cool to see you flying into my home airport.
Hey.
Cheers, bro.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the 5 bones. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate you. Glad we could fly into it's been a while, man, since we've flown to Chicago, so I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that was just another one. Facebook Nick, he got really upset. I don't know if you guys remember, I got rid of all the moderators. We had a huge internal moderation problem. A lot of moderators thought they were bigger and better than everybody in the flight sim community, and that wasn't sitting well with me. A lot of people were extremely disrespectful. They were rude, and they were just an angry group of people. And not all of them, but I just combined. It was too much, and I basically got rid of all my moderators, and I started from scratch. There was a couple that I kept. 12 Cut, Dan Barry, and I think that was it. Those were the ones. And some people took that really rough, man. Karl Childerz, I don't know if you guys remember, Karl Childerz used to be here, moderator on the channel, and Facebook Nick. Those were the two people that basically were just like, how dare you take away my mod status, and they basically were just never forgiving. They couldn't believe that I would remove their mod status, and I think you can kind of fill in the gaps and see that that is in part where some of the problems were lying, is they felt that they were better than everybody else, and they felt that being a moderator gave them tools to, I don't know. But anyways, those are really the only two people that that like took that news and were just like, well, fuck you, man. Like, I'm not supporting you anymore. Like, we don't care. I don't like you anymore. We're not friends. We're not this. We're not that. So I don't know, man. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. And I really don't see Nick, like, I don't see Facebook Nick, unless he's under a new name. Who knows, man, right? It's the internet. It's YouTube. You could make a new name and nobody would ever know it's you sitting in chat. So, I don't know, man. Maybe he's still here in chat. He's just under a different name and we don't know. Same as Karl. I don't know, man. Karl's over on Q8 Pilot. He's a moderator for Q8 Pilot and a couple other people. So I know Karl is still around. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, man. I never thought, like, over a mod status too, like, and you guys know me, I'm not like, you know, it's not something that I would just take away and not give an explanation. I explained very thoroughly why I felt the need to remove all moderators. And you know what's funny? Even if you still go to my Discord with over 6,000 people in our Discord, I still don't have moderators. I have helpers. I have people that can, you know, mute somebody if they're being stupid or something like that, right? I have helpers, but I still don't have moderators, just because I feel that the whole moderator thing, it kind of just gets to people's heads, and it can be a little bit some people, I don't know, some people just it changes their whole demeanor and stuff like that, you know. And I got to be honest with you, now at the end of the day, there's nobody to blame but myself, and that was the number one thing that I told all of these guys when I removed the moderator, the whole status, and I removed moderators from the Discord, was that I wasn't blaming any of them. It's my Discord. I let things get out of control. I let too many things slip. I let things, you know, people talking about other content creators and being negative about this and negative in that. It was, you know, it was all on me, man. And I made that very clear. And I said that it was just something that I felt, in order to have a fresh start in my eyes and the community's eyes, we needed to remove moderators, and we just needed to start fresh. And that if they, you know, wanted to still be a moderator, it's something that we would consider maybe for like the YouTube side of things. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, everybody was fine with it. Almost everybody was fine with it. The only two was Karl and Facebook Nick. The amount of DMs, like, between the two of them, and like they just couldn't fathom. Like they could not differentiate between the, like, hey man, this is you know, this is like, you know, I don't need it. It's more of like it's kind of like a thank you thing. But yeah, what happened with Smitty? Smitty's in the process of moving, man. He finally got a house, so he's been, for the past like 3 weeks, a month, he's been driving back and forth between California, Nevada, and now over to Missouri, where he has his house. So he's just been all over the place, man. He did check in. He did send me a happy birthday on my birthday the other day. I hadn't spoken to him in a while. Yeah, I think slowly but surely Smitty may came back. Who knows, man? I don't know. You know, kind of like the same thing we were just talking about, dude. Some people have different interests, right? And they get to a point where they're not, you know, flight sim and live stream doesn't do it for them. They got to take a break. They got to, you know, back away for 6 months or something like that. You know what I mean? So he's still around. He's still around. He's just very busy, man. Super busy. Yeah. Like companies, you restructure your community. Nothing wrong with that. Changes happen and help the channel push forward. No one should take it to heart. And then I feel like it absolutely changed the channel, Fly with Rookie, because we were going down a dark path. It was a path where, you know, I don't know if you guys remember it, man, but like, you know, the moderators would be in chat and they would be, you know, they'd be negative talking about a content creator, and then somebody would take a screenshot. One of the moderators, we had a rogue moderator, would take a screenshot and would send that screenshot to the other content creators. So I had people like Flight Deck to Sim, XP72, V1 Simulation, basically all the people that I'm friends with here on YouTube and I think are great content creators. I had them reaching out being like, hey man, what's going on in your Discord? Why are these guys talking shit? Like, why am I getting screenshots from people, you know, talking about my employer and who they think I work for and how I'm a terrible streamer and I'm a terrible pilot? And it was bad, man. It was not a good experience. And like I said, I can't blame anybody but myself, because I let things like that happen in the mod chat, and it should have been, you know, from the get-go, it should have been, listen, I don't care what you guys have a personal take on this. This can't be said in my Discord. This is not for things in my Discord, you know? So, yeah. Sounds like you had bad mods. Makes more sense to get new ones rather than a total purge. Well, how do you get new ones? You have to do a total purge, don't you, Will? If we have bad mods, you get rid of the mods and you start fresh, right? That's essentially what we did. Isn't that exactly what we did? Was that before the release of Microsoft? I discovered your channel after release, so I don't remember much about that. Yes, this was before Microsoft. Yeah, this was a couple years ago. This was probably closer to like 3 years ago. I think 2.5, 3 years ago, something like that. I don't really remember. I just, like I said, we did what we did, and yeah. You said you have no mods in Discord. Well, the mod status was replaced with a helper status, because at the end of the day, you're a moderator, you're a helper, right? Well, you're not there to be the moderator, to be the boss, to be, you know, the end all be all. You're there to help people. That's the main purpose of a moderator. And I think that was where things got kind of lost. People were taking it a little bit too much to heart, and they thought that, oh, well, I get to be, you know, I get to be this, I get to be that. You know, that's why. So instead of the moderator role, we call it the helper role. And anybody can apply to be a helper role in the Discord. You don't, you know, I have moderators here on YouTube, but if you look at my moderators on YouTube, they've been the same people for 5 years, 6 years. Do you know what I mean? So just mods with less of a power trip. I mean, exactly. Yes. Restructuring, rewording, everything. Like you said, like a purge, if you will. I don't like the word purge, but we dissolved the status of moderator, and it was reformatted and brought back as a different role in helper. How do the helpers differ from mods in terms of what they can and can't do? So when you give somebody a moderator status, it allows them to kick people out of the server. It allows them to do all kinds of stuff. Right now with the helper status, what happens is if you're a helper on the Discord, instead of just booting somebody out of the Discord or blocking somebody from being able, you can mute somebody. So somebody's trolling, somebody's doing something stupid, instead of just kicking people out or banning people, and then, pardon me, and then having those people reach out to me and be like, hey Captain, your moderator banned me and all I did was this and it was a misunderstanding. And you know, now you can't kick somebody or ban somebody from the Discord. You can mute them, and then as soon as you mute somebody, it pings me and it lets me know why they were muted, and then from there we kind of go and do things. So it's a lot less moderation and more helping. It's really what it is. As an adult, to get you, restructuring your brand is something that will happen. It helps you grow and it helps your community grow. Unfortunately, people have to accept that. That is your brand, it's your business. Well, that's the main thing. And that was the big thing that we did, like, you know, a couple years ago when all of this happened, was that was exactly it. Was like, I don't want to have this, you know, I don't want to have this look on the community. You know, I don't want the community to think like I'm this big bad person because through my moderators, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to be an asshole, it's going to be because, like, people think I'm an asshole, right? I don't want people to think I'm an asshole because my moderators are assholes. That's just ridiculous, right? Yeah. You were going to fly with the MD-11 on X-Plane? I don't know. Maybe. Good to see you, Statewi. Welcome back, man. Yeah, we don't talk about him, Mike. We don't even... Yeah. That was a dark time as well, man. That was like that... Somebody was asking, do I remember Dot Wallop? I do remember Dot Wallop, and it kind of sucks, man, because Dot Wallop and I used to have a great relationship together, and that whole thing with Ivan and that whole thing with Vatsim kind of really dissolved that friendship. You know, it kind of... Yeah. Do I know a French word? Oui. Je peux parler français. You need to do what you feel is best. Well, it's at the end of the day, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Are we descending? 82 miles. 82 miles till our descent. So about less than 10 minutes we'll be descending. Anyways, I think we're in a much better state that we are now. I think everybody's in understanding, and everybody kind of understands that, like, they're, you know, as a content creator and as somebody that creates content in such a niche market, you can't have animosity between different streamers. You can't have beef between different streamers. There's, like, none of this should be existing, and personally, in my opinion, none of it does exist. Now, I can't speak for other content creators. I have no clue what people think about me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have working relationships with, like, XP and V1 and some of these guys, but, like, I haven't spoken to V1 in probably a couple years. I haven't spoken to Flite to Sim in probably a couple years. I speak to XP because I see him at the expos and stuff like that, right? And Blue Games and Jeff Faviano and, like, those guys. I have more of a friendship with those guys, but I have nothing but respect for everybody that does this, man. And I've said it time and time and time again, and I think that's where everything kind of got construed was, you know, the way that my moderators were acting was kind of like a, you know, I know that these guys were looking at me and being like, well, he's the leader of the whole shit gang, you know what I mean? So, but I've said it again, and even if I'm not a fan of content, I say it about Swiss, right? Swiss 01, I'm not a fan of his content. I would hate to have to make the type of videos that he makes, but that doesn't mean I don't like him as a person. I think he's perfectly fine as a person. Just because I'm not interested in someone's YouTube videos doesn't mean I don't think they're a good person, or I don't think they're a good content creator. I'm just not interested in watching a 747 land at Lukla over and over again, right? Like I'm not, or some little, you know, Pacific airport that's 1,000 meters long or 1,000 feet long, right? Like I'm not interested in that type of stuff, but doesn't mean that I hate Swiss 01 and like, oh, Captain Canada hates Swiss and all this stuff. It's like, no, not even at all. Just because I don't like someone's videos or the content they make doesn't mean, you know. 2-year-old daughter now speaks French. She says, "Calice." Nice. That's that's proper. That's proper. People always clown XP72, but I think he's a great mobile for such a fun guy to watch. Listen, dude, I've always said this before. I honestly think XP has the best attitude out of any of the flight sim content creators out there. He by far has the best attitude. Nothing can faze this man. He is there, he is having fun, and that's all that matters. He doesn't give a shit whether you think his landings are good or bad. He doesn't care, man. He's there having fun with his viewers and his audience, and that's all that matters, dude. I think Kirk, like I just said, is one of the best people in the flight sim industry. This man is always happy. He's always got a smile on his face. Same as Blue Games, another one, man. Another one, just unbelievable. Always happy, always, you know, giving out positive vibes and reminding you to stay positive and be positive, and may not be your week, but things will get better. Two of the best people, in my opinion, man. I love XP. I love Kirk. I think he's a great guy. I think he's great for the community. I think, honestly, more people, you know, should be like him. And again, you know, as Microsoft Flight Simulator and Flight Sim becomes a little bit more, becomes a little bit bigger, you're going to see that there's a bunch of different skills from people. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't make anybody more or less of a pilot just because, you know, I get my landings under 200 foot per minute every landing doesn't mean that I'm a better pilot or whatever it may be, right? Everybody's got their strengths. Everybody's got their weaknesses. Some people are better at things. Some people are you know, just the way that it is, man. It doesn't make anybody better or worse or whatever, right? We all have our skill sets, and we all have things that we're good at and things that we're not so good at. So, when XP gets a butter, he's the happiest man in the world. Because, dude, I'm telling you, man, you don't know how hard it is sometimes to work for these. And I got to be honest with you, and I tell people all the time, I love it. There's some people that, like, having the pressure, having a chat watching you, there's definitely that added pressure, right? You look over on your second monitor and you see 300, 400, 500 people watching you land, and you go, holy fuck, like, you know, like, I don't want to fuck this up now. So, like, nerves definitely play a huge role in it. Now, me personally, I love that. That's what I live for. I don't get nervous anymore. There was a point where I used to get really nervous when I'd look and I'd see how many people were watching, and I'd be like, oh shit, you know, like, this sucks. I don't want to land in front. I don't want to mess up. Now it's all fun, man. Listen, dude, you mess up, you have a hard landing, you deal with chat, you know, and chat yells at you and screams at you and calls you a terrible pilot, and hey, man, you're back live again the next day or the next stream, whatever, right? You end up having a good landing, hey, chat's all excited, you buttered the bread, everybody's happy. It's a win-win either way, right? It's a win-win. As long as you can take it on the chin and you don't have, you know, you got to have a little bit of thick skin, as every streamer should. It's all in fun, man. It's all in fun, dude. You smash a landing, you smash a landing. You're in a simulator. Who cares, right? You'll float a little bit past the touchdown marks. Who cares, man? It's all in good fun, dude. You're in a simulator. You're not a real pilot. You're not trained properly how to do these things. You're just there to have fun, man. Just there to have fun. Jason, thanks so much for 3 months, man. Appreciate you, dude. Says, hey, I'm actually up in time for one of these. There you go, man. Hell yeah, dude. Huge no floaties. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it, man. When you kill us, we're like, you suck. Strody, 13 months. Appreciate you, man. Huge no floaties too, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Says, I can't land when I'm on my own, let alone an audience. Hey, man. I'm telling you, dude. It's it can make for an interesting time. That's for sure. Winds are 340 at 4, so 28 is perfect on the runway, and 30 05 on the altimeter. We'll bug that up. We'll sync that. Good. And we've got descent in 33 miles. Chat, 33 miles. Put this back up to map. There we go. 33 miles. And Strody, thank you for 13 months. Appreciate you, man. Sizzling Popcorn, celebrating 3 months as well. Says, have fun with it. Laugh off the bad landings. You got it, man. Huge no floaties too, dude. We missed you down at the expo this year, man. Hopefully, maybe next one. Going back. Are you still streaming Popcorn? I'm sorry, man. I'm so busy, dude. I bought a property with my fiance, and when I'm not here streaming, most of the time I'm out there. So I'm not really around that much anymore. I don't get to watch a bunch of streams. Like, I can catch like some guys on Twitch. I'll catch like London Controller or Chewy in the morning while I'm like setting up my stream and stuff like that. But that's about it. Like, I just don't really have a lot of time to check out like evening streams and stuff. Thank you very much, Popcorn. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, dude. Who cares if I smash it on the takeoff power and go around for another until it's butter? See, there you go, man. It's all in fun, dude. It's all in fun, man. Next one, I was on a hiatus for 6 to 7 months. Now I'm right before you during the week. Got you. Sweet, man. Awesome. Cap Aviation, got to head out. Unfortunately, have a good arrival. Catch you in the next stream. Take care, man. Have a great stream. Sorry, have a great day. I'll have a great stream. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you, dude. Statewi, 5 gifted members. My man. Huge enough floaties to you, dude. Good to see you in chat. And thank you very much for the 5 gifted members. Appreciate you, man. An absolute legend here in the community. I see what you're doing over there on all those what's the word that I'm looking for? Streams. Not those streams, but, you know, streams. All the support you're giving over there, man. Absolute legend, dude. Thank you very much. All the charity streams and stuff that you've been supporting. I see it. And the community definitely thanks you, man, for all the support that you do for us, man. Appreciate you, bud. Thank you. And make sure, guys, if you did get a gifted membership, that you say thank you in chat. Unbelievably kind. Okay. Fight 7 RNAV arrival. It says 11,000 feet. Is that basically where we're going down to? 11,000, then we need to go there. I mean, I don't see anything else. I just see we need to be at 11,250 knots. Well, that's what we're going to plan for, chat. 11,250 knots. 1,000. Good. Cool. We've got that in there. We'll make sure the aircraft follows all that correctly. We are 11 miles from top of descent. 11 miles. Pretty far out. Crazy how far out we are, and we're already starting our descent. I mean, look at that. Look how far out we are, and we're already starting the descent. I mean, how far is it? We're 194 miles, 193 miles from KORD, from Chicago. 193 miles, and we're starting our descent because of those restrictions. Pretty crazy. So he loves to give the guys a heart of gold. New emoji for Suzuki, gold heart. Someone do that. There you go. I always thought Statewi was like statewide, but without the last 2 letters. Statewi. I think it's Statewi. I don't know, he's been a member here for, what, 50-something months, 60 months or something? Cap, have you flown Freedom 1 in the sim yet? Yes, of course, many times. Many, many, many times. Landing west into Cord always feels like a punishment. Because you got to fly all the way past and then all the way back, and because of those speed restrictions and altitude restrictions, man. What happens with Always Gifting? AlwaysFlying, he's super busy, man, with work and stuff, dude. Super, super, super busy, and he travels a lot for work. So don't worry about him, man. Whenever he's back, he comes in here and hangs out, and you know he'll probably be gifting like 100 members. Guy's an absolute madman. Starstep, what's up, man? Took up golf IRL, been in the practice range for a good bit. Played my first 9-hole executive course yesterday and playing my first full 18-hole course this evening. Awesome, man. Congratulations. I used to play a lot of golf, and I haven't played golf in quite a while. Kind of unfortunate. The last 2 or 3 years I haven't been out. I don't have any buddies to go with. I'm one of those people, I don't like to go golfing alone because I'm not where I used to be. So I really hate getting paired up with like random people, and then I'm like much worse than the random people. That's like always like a weird little thing. I just don't like keeping people waiting or having people like watch like when I'm sucking. So I haven't been in a lot, man. I maybe should get back to the driving range and, you know, Not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do that. You have a whole chat to go golfing with? Imagine I brought you guys. It'd kind of be funny, actually. Does my fiance golf? No, man. No, dude. She's way too busy with the property and horses and all that stuff, man. I only golf with buddies, enjoy a few drinks, and roast each other. Well, that's what I used to do, dude, right? I used to have a couple of my pilot buddies. They're pilots now. We used to go golfing all the time. Smoke a couple J's out on the golf course, get some nice stretches in. Man, doesn't get any better than that, dude. Yeah. I'll go golfing with you. You can feel better about yourself. In sim brief, after choosing your aircraft type, do you choose the variant or airframe also? You can. Yes, Gigliotes. Yeah. And you can download those. Like if you want to download the variants and airframes, you can download them. Flightsim.to. Yeah. Such as life. Same with ice fishing. It is. Yeah. Now we just fly planes and roast each other. See, that's it. Exactly. Day 2 of asking Allegiant Airlines, Las Vegas International, San Antonio International. By the way, I recommended flying Allegiant Airlines IRL. Very good service. Cool. Maybe go to the Discord, because I'm not going to accept it if you're just going to put it in chat. We have a full flight suggestion channel on the Discord. Great place to go. Great place to be if you want to get in some flight suggestions. Yeah. Come to Denver. We have dozens of options. Well, I got tons of golf options here around me. Like I said, I just don't like going alone. Because if you go alone here, they're usually so busy. Because you can only golf, what, 6 months, 5 months out of the year here? So whenever you go, it usually ends up being pretty busy because everybody wants to go out and golf. So you end up getting paired up with like a group of people. And if I haven't been in years, well, I don't want to make them sit through that, man. Holy hell. My golf talents are I can hit the ball, but with absolutely no accuracy as to where it might go. It's a lot of us, don't worry. Is it raining in Ottawa? I don't think so. Is it? Is it raining here today? Currently, no. It's hot though, 34 degrees. Eesh. Hot. We do have something coming though. It looks like looks like this evening we've got a good chance. What does the radar look like? Radar definitely looks like oh, it might be actually. We've got a little cell going right over us right now. A little red cell. This evening we're definitely getting something though. This evening, overnight into tomorrow. Looks like we're definitely getting something. Yeah, by about 8 o'clock tonight we're definitely going to get hit with some. And it looks nice for the next couple days. Everything looks good. Rain is heading your way, Mr. Radar. We had a historic downpour on Friday night, flooding. I saw that, Popcorn. It's pretty crazy, man. Are those kids still missing? God, man, it sucks. I saw that on the news the other night, last night when I was at my mom's. 4 kids are still missing and stuff like that. It's real shitty, man. Real shitty. The humidity returned today. Oh, yes. Welcome to that never-ending lake effect of the Ottawa Valley. If you miss the ball, take a practice shot, yeah? Mid short game is good. I've always been like that as well, Digital. My short game is incredible. My chipping, my putting, always real decent. Surprised if I more than 2 putt, you know, every hole. But my driver, a lot of pulling, a lot of pushing. So I'm kind of all over the place with my stance and my hands and. I mentioned it before. My dad was really good, man. Like my dad spent probably 10-15 years like really nailing down to the point where he was shooting like under par. He was a member at a couple clubs locally, and he was consistently shooting under par. But golf is one of those things, man. I feel like you just got to put so much time. Yeah. golf is a crazy difficult game to play. I do agree. It really is. I consistently pull pretty bad on drivers, but mended a bit with a 3-wood. Yes, I do agree. I have a nice hybrid that I use digital. A hybrid. I think it's a hybrid 3 or a hybrid 5. I really like it. It was one of my dad's old clubs, and it's. I swear, dude, I can't miss a shot with that thing. I can hit it off a tee. I can hit it off grass. I can hit it out of basically anything. Need some PGA After Dark. We're going to do, man, I always forget what the hell. I think we're going to do it on Friday. I think we're going to do Friday night Snow Runner. Still haven't launched it yet. I bought it on July 20th because it was on sale 4 days ago. I think it was $10 or $10, $15, something like that. I think it was $10, and then you could buy the full thing for like $30 or $40. Anyways, I just ended up getting the base one. We've got Snow Runner. So we're going to play this, I think, Friday night. We're going to have a look at this with our Thrustmaster X-Swap Pro controller. Souville, thank you for your support. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the kind words. What's my favorite airline? I really don't have one, man. I fly whatever airline gets me from point A to point B. The most affordable option and the least amount of layovers. Grayson, what's up, man? All the way from Denver. Good to see you, man. You like United? Sure, yeah. I've never flown on United a couple times, so I've never really had any issues with them. I'm flying on United in November again, so that should be fun. Altimeter 3005. 3005, we'll set that, and let's go ahead and get our minimums and our ILSs plugged in, shall we, chat? So minimums, sorry, let's get our ILSs. 108.95. 108.95. 108.95. Good, and then we'll get our front course plugged in, 273. Backwards here, 273. Good. 273. Good. And then we need our minimums, 851. 851. It's not too bad. We can spin that up. Oui, je peux parler français, but we speak English in chat, man, just so everybody can understand. $861. Isn't that what I said? 861, chat? 851. Marijuana affects the memory. 851. Good. Set. Checked. Wonderful. Cool. We're coming in nicely. Looks like we're going to meet that restriction. Where was that restriction? At Fight. 250, 11,000. So I can see the speed wanting to start dial itself back. There's Fight in front of us. 11,250. You can see the speed starting to come back now. Can throw out a little bit of ground spoiler. Kind of help the process here a little bit. First airport I flew out of was McAllen International from Texas. Very cool. First airport I ever flew out of was Ottawa International Airport. CYOW. It's kind of crazy how big this airport has got in the last 10, 15 years. I mean, it's still small in comparison, Ottawa International, but memory affects the marijuana. Good to see you, did. McAllen International is so small. Got you. Is it one of those internationals because it has like one international flight, so they call it an international airport? What gate will you be at, Cap? I'm landing. I'll go close to you. I don't know, man. We're going up somewhere into the Bravo gates. I don't know exactly which gate we're going to, but it's going to be one of the up here somewhere in the Bravos. Somewhere up here in the Bravos. Foggy landing? Nah, I should be fine. What CPU do I have? Exclamation point specs in chat, Carson. I have an i9 10900K. Mr. Ride Dog. Have you been able to get any of that over there, Ride Dog, or are you just taking a little hiatus? How's that been going? You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I'm always curious when people travel. Because, like, listen, dude, everywhere you go in the world, people stretch, right? But some countries you go to in some states, you have to be very careful with the stretching. You can always find people stretching. Not hard to find, but... Man, I'm almost as hot as Houston today. Taking a hiatus, but there are dispensaries. Oh, really? Damn. Well, there you go. Got in trouble for stretching the other week. Uh-oh. Who, from, like, parents and stuff, or? My mom tries to, like, scold me now, and I just laugh at her. Usually because I'm high. Only 93 in Houston today, not that bad. Did you see that, chat? Wonder if it's actually, like, raining out there right now. The lights just flickered. Simming alongside your stream. Sweet. Dallas is 98. What's Ottawa? 84. What? That's a lie. That's straight lies. 47% humidity? No. When I was in Cuba, you could find stretches all over the place. All the resort employees could get you pretty much anything you want. Honestly, man, that's pretty much every airport that you go to. Not every airport, sorry, every city, every country that you go to. I always tell people, listen, dude, I was a professional going down to like the Dominican with my friends and stuff like that. If you're ever looking for stretching material, go see the guy. I'm going to put flaps 1 out because we have quite a high angle of attack right now. Always go see the guys that are cutting the grass. They're doing the lawn maintenance. They're like trimming the like hedges and stuff like that. Go see those guys. Those are the guys that you want to see every time. Every single time. Trust me. Trust. Trust, trust, trust. Ever noticed a bug in FS Realistic where the cabin sounds randomly play at full volume? I have not. No. Yes, or the bartenders. Correct. Yes. But the maintenance crew, I think I have like a like 8 for 8 record, 9 for 9, I think, going to like the maintenance crew. Man, one of the last times we went, dude, it was just absolute mayhem. Absolute mayhem. We met these guys from France. We were in the Dominican. We met these guys from France. These guys were fucking nuts, chat. I don't know if it's like that, like in real life. I haven't met too many people from France. These guys were insane, man. Like, I'm talking like climbing on the out, like absolutely shit-faced. Climbing on the outside, going like 10 balconies across to like their room, and then balconies back, like doing crazy stuff, man. One of this guy, he went at night. You know how they have like the bars on the beach, but they close at night, whatever? This guy would like go and take kegs from like from the bar on like the beaches and like bring it back to the hotel room and stuff. This guy was just nuts, man. They were crazy. They were crazy. Its arrival is very low for speed, very far out from touchdown. I do agree, Juan. Yeah, there isn't really any speed restriction. I'm not quite sure why the airplane slowed down to, it was like trying to do 190 knots. I kept the speed up at 230. I can actually probably bring it up to like 240. I don't know why I decided to go so slow, but we are going to continue the descent. It just says expect vectors, so there's no altitude restrictions or anything like that. So I'm just going to slowly take this down to like 6,000 feet. We'll see what it does from there. We'll do an altitude intervene. So if I have the 737 10 max, 9 max, or 7 max, I don't know. Whichever one you want. I always see people in the news in the summer who have died all balconies doing that. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, dude, they were insane. In my experience, the Aussies are the nutcases at the resorts. Watched a guy slip off the top of the swim bar. Damn. Yeah, I don't know, man. Chaos. When can you fly to Cork? I'm not sure, Tommy. I'm not sure, man. We've got the next week pretty much booked up, and unfortunately Cork is not involved with that, so. All right, there's 10,000 feet. We'll get landing lights, wing lights.
Okay, traffic, Walker, 3655 crossing Georgia at 11,000.
Man, that Walker's still behind us? He didn't overfly us? I thought for sure he would have overflown us. When do you know how to descend on the 737 to Microsoft? Banksy, if you've set everything up correctly, so if you've like if you've plugged in your init ref, you know, you've got your fuel weights and you've got your performance, you've got this page all plugged out, cost index, cruise altitude, everything. The airplane should tell you when it's time to descend, and then you just monitor, you hit the little progress button, and then that should tell you like time till descent, time till arrival, all that fun stuff. Oh, you're in front of me? Okay, gotcha. Where's my water? Do you notice an FPS drop over time in Microsoft? I don't, Davis. No. Now, what I have noticed, Davis, and I don't know. So what I've noticed is if I fly somewhere into an airport, I'll be getting like, you know, 35, 40 FPS. If I go to the main menu and I reload back into that airport, I'll be getting 50, 55 FPS. So I don't know if that's a degradation over time that I'm losing FPS, but I do notice that when I fly into an airport, land, go to the main menu, and then reload back into the airport, that I do get better performance. So maybe slightly, I don't know if it's just the way that it's rendering things in, because when you're flying in, maybe it's rendering all around the airport. When you're loading in, it only renders the airport at the beginning. So yeah. Thoughts on the Sens trading Alex DeBrincat to Detroit? Honestly, I don't think they had a choice, man. They offered him 8 years at $8 million. He said no. What do you do? What do you do, man? You can't, you know, I personally don't think the guy's worth 9 or 10 million that he wants to get. If he's turning down 8 years at $8 million, I mean, that's literally everything he wanted. He ended up taking 4 years at 7.7 from Detroit. So clearly didn't want to be in Ottawa. I think for him not wanting to be in Ottawa and them and other teams knowing that, for Ottawa to still get in return a first round pick, a decent middle six player, a defensive prospect, and a fourth round draft pick, I think they did a good job for the circumstances. It sucks. DeBrincat's a good player. I would have liked to have seen him play another year, maybe mesh with the... But I think it's also very clear that DeBrincat is a little bit selfish. He wants to be the bona fide number one, and I don't think he was a bona fide number one player in Ottawa. Ottawa has a lot of really, really good, young, talented players. I don't think he was a bona fide number one, and I think that kind of... I don't think that... I think that didn't sit well with him, the fact that he wasn't the bona fide number one. I honestly think that was a big reasoning behind it. Less average and more taxes in Ottawa. I mean, listen, dude, I thought about that too. I've had a couple conversations with some friends. Here's my thought process on it, man. Whether you're making $7 million a year or whether you're making $8 million a year, me personally, at the end of the day, I can understand how in some players that's their concern, but I think for a lot of players, and probably the players that you want to have on your team, you know, the difference between paying taxes in one city or state to the other, that really shouldn't be the end-all be-all. Dude, these guys are making millions, and that's just off their, you know, that's just off their NHL salary. They're also making millions of dollars in endorsements and signing bonuses and other things that they're involved in, right? These guys are all... you know, to say that a guy's not going to sign because he has to pay an extra $500K in taxes or something, I don't know, man. If that's the truth, you probably don't want that player on your team, just personally speaking. Ottawa has done a great job at locking up like their main core at 8x8. That seems to be like the most favorable offer that Ottawa is willing to pay. They've got Brady, they've got Tim, they've got Drake Batherson. I mean, they've got a really good core of guys that are locked up at real reasonable price. So, I don't know. How do you know if your flight plan is disconnected in the PMDG? landing, go down to your FMC, go to your legs page, and scroll through, and you shouldn't have any discontinuities or anything like that.
Traffic, United
30% is 30%. Florida has no state tax or city income tax. I would like that kind of pay raise. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I'm just saying, Les, it's a little bit different. Like I said, you're making $8 million a year. So you live in Ottawa, you make $7 million instead of $8 million if you're maybe living in a different state. To me, like, I don't know, dude. When you're talking millions, you know, like when somebody's making millions and millions of dollars a year, just shut the fuck up and play the sport, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're here to play hockey, dude. Like, I understand you got to look out for yourself and your future, and I'm not saying you got to undervalue yourself, but if you're not taking a contract because you're paying taxes in a city, then we probably don't want you on the team. You know what I mean? That's what I was more so getting at. I totally understand what you're saying. Like, yes, they're due their money, and I'm sure that it plays a role in some players. You would think maybe the older the player is, the more they would be more inclined to go somewhere and take that, you know, the last couple years of their money, you know, and be able to invest all of it as opposed to paying 30% to the Canadian government or whatever, right? I get it. Yeah. He got kind of a month late, but I hope you enjoyed FS Expo. Wish I could have come to SDF on United 707-900. I was really supposed to be on the 700, but switched to the 900. No worries, Lucas. It was a great time, man. Yeah. How do you fix it? You just highlight the waypoint. So you just take, like, you would just take the waypoint and you would, like, put it into there, right? Up into the next one. Or you would hit the clear button. You hit the delete button, and then you can delete a waypoint or something like that. Tons of tutorials online as well, man. Cap, any suggestions for a great scenic approach? Flying to any, like, city center, man. I bet that haze isn't down there like this. I've noticed that when it gets really hot outside, Microsoft loves to put this, like, haze. This kind of haze over every city. If it's like, I bet you it's super hot in Chicago today, humid and hot, but it probably doesn't look like this. You probably can see. This almost looks like limited visibility. And it is this hazy right now? Oh, okay. Yeah. 100% less. 100%. I mean, any company, Bauer, Nike, any company that's, you know, you could probably be fine to pay. Oh, man. People took this all the way out here. Oh, fudge. Okay. People are actually taking this all the way out. Oh my goodness. I didn't think we'd actually be going all the way out that far, chat. I guess we're going to have to do that. What do we have to be at Mima? Mima for 6,000. What am I at now? Okay, well, I'm going to bug up 6,000. We're going to try and slot ourselves in behind the aircraft here. Actually shouldn't be too bad. We'll get out to Mima and then go across. Hopefully there's nobody else in front of us.
We'll be heading,
definitely hot here in Texas. Feels like 104 with a humidity of 50%. Yeah, it's gross. Gross. Been smoked up by Canada all spring and summer. Man. Been blasted. There's downtown Chicago. And Midway should be right there. There's Midway. And there's downtown. And I've got the airport installed. The airport's not here anymore, but I do have it installed. I wanted to do some GA stuff into here, some old school GA stuff, but this is all. What is this now? It's like a walking area or something like that. Somebody was saying. You have haze from the wildfires? Damn. Okay. Midway's runways are short, so it should be illegal. It is short. Alright, like I said, we're going to try and slot ourselves in behind the aircraft here. He is just passing Mima, so we should be good. We actually may be able to take Rizuko, or whatever the hell that waypoint is. Yeah, Rizuko. May be able to take Rizuko at 5,000. Let's go down to 5,000, and we'll go level change to 5,000. And what we'll do is we'll go direct to Arzuko. We'll send that into there. We'll do that now. Our speed should be good at 210. Keep everything there. I'm going to pause the music here as we make our turn. So turn our sounds up. All right. Music is off. Cap, despite the temperatures for me, how has the temperatures been for you? It was smoky at times. Not too bad here in Ottawa. There have been a few days where it's been a little bit smoky. Temperatures, it's been a very, very humid summer so far. Very hot and humid. Hasn't been very many days where it hasn't been, but yeah. Still have a big fire burning east of CYXC. Been a week of sucking in the lungs. Yeah, it's not good at all. No. The PMDG sounds are so good. They are really good. Yeah, you do a good job. I'll turn them up here a little bit more for you. Hello, my friend. I cannot pronounce your name, but good to see you. What did you tell me your name was? Didn't you tell me last stream maybe what your name was? I wasn't sure. I'm going to bug this to 4,000. We're going to go vertical speed. We're going to descend at about 400 feet per minute, 500 feet per minute to intercept glide. Should be good. He's on a 12-mile final, so that's good. I hope... I hope this... How much you want to bet that this airplane is going to come in here for this one, and it's just going to create an absolute cluster. He just flew out of here. I don't know why he wouldn't be on the 27s, but I'll bet you my bottom dollar he's going to slice right in front of me right here, chat. You ready? Oh, maybe he's going to the left. It actually looks like he might be hanging out to the left here a little bit. What? I don't know what he's doing. He's right there. Where are you going, sir? Nope, he's coming right in on me. Yeah, here we go. Watch. Gonna arm approach. He's at a real weird angle. And he's super low on the glide slope as well. It's a 787, I believe, of some sorts. Alright, we're on glide slope. We're looking good.
36 heavy at 3,000, intercepting AlexSiu, Charlie, reducing speed 180 knots.
And Air France United 617, we are just above you also on glide slope. I'm not sure how this is going to work.
That traffic, we have you in sight here. I'm going to sail with you speed 150 knots at the moment to give you space to land to Charlie. Yeah, France 136 heavy.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'll keep my speed at 210 until 7 miles.
Oh, you still can go around if you want to.
I'd rather not go around. I'm not sure. Should you not have taken the 27s if you were coming in from the north side?
Yeah, not a problem. I'm still behind you. I'm going to reduce speed to the minimum to give you plenty of time. Air France 136 heavy.
Okay, no problem. I'll vacate as quick as I can. Thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you. Still can reduce speed to 141.
Okay, perfect. He's going to reduce his speed. Hopefully that's not an issue. He's back there now. We'll do our best to vacate for him as quickly as we can. He definitely should have taken the 27s though. Lots of room. 11,300. Lots of room. He's like, well, you could go around. It's like, well, yeah, it could. I'd rather not though. Rather not. Flaps 5 degrees. Let's cook gear down. Get the rest of our lights on. Looking good. So the problem is that I can't keep the speed too up. I can't keep the speed too quickly because I've got an aircraft about 3 miles in front of me.
Less than 10 miles,
V1, what's up, man? This is typical Air France and U.S. airspace. I love how he was like very quaint about it too. He's like, well, like you could go around. Like, hey, I guess I could. Yeah, probably could. Flaps 15 degrees. Have to be very careful with your flaps here as well. We're going to go flaps directly to 25. There's the little stall speeds very, very close with this airplane. It'll be very close. We'll go flaps 30. You get final approach speed 151. There we go. Ground spoilers are armed. Everything's set. I'll go ahead and start the recording. We are recording. Beautiful. Wonderful. Guys, enjoy the rabble. Catch you down on the ground. My airplane, my throttles. Let's do it. All right, landing checklist. Gear down 3 green, flaps 30 and indicated. Ground spoilers armed with the green light. Cabin crew's been advised. You guys have been advised. We're vacating to the right as quickly as we can. Let's have some fun, shall we? Is it really this hazy here, man? I feel like it's not, but what do I know?
500.
This feels crazy hazy.
$400. 300.
Air traffic 13655 vacated.
Approaching minimums. 200.
Pappies are saying 2 white, 2 red
Minimums.
glide slopes all over the place. We're going to fly Pappies. Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Reversers, nose down gently. Man, I forgot what flaring this thing is like. $80 knots, reverser stowed. We'll vacate here to the right for him. Auto brakes off. We'll go high speed.
Air traffic, Walker 3655 cross 28 red, Delta Delta, O'Hare.
And O'Hare traffic, United 617 vacated, 28 center.
And O'Hare traffic, Alpha Plus 8 is landing to Charlie.
All right, he's making it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I forgot that flaring this feels so much crazy.
7 miles final, ILS 28 center, O'Hare.
You have to do like a very shallow flare, which in return, I guess, has a little bit harder of the foot per minute, but hey, we made it, chat. It's all that matters. Ground spoilers, flaps going clean. Stop the clocks. 2 hours and 1 minute on the flight time. Beautiful. Welcome down to Chicago, my friends. Taxiing into the gate where we were Delta Delta. Gonna make a right on November. Let's go all the way to Kilo 3 Alpha 9 into the ramp. We're going to somewhere on the B's. Going to the B's. But hey, happy with that one. Under 200 foot per minute. Nothing wrong with that. Let's go and turn off the landing lights. Runway turn-offs, taxi lights can stay on, strobe lights off, wing lights off. Go ahead and spool up the APU. Beautiful. Cross the runway without looking left or right. Yep, was following this guy, Will. Write me up for it. Call the FAA. Do whatever you gotta do. Use your speed brakes to soften that landing? Yes, absolutely. I used gear actuators. How do you get the preset camera views? You have to make your own custom views, Landon. Again, go and probably just Google or YouTube custom wing views Microsoft Flight Simulator. Weekday Will is back, yes. Not our weekend warrior that we've all come to love. Weekday Will is here. Yes, Will, in case you didn't notice, I was listening to all of the conversations going on. You can hear all the pilots speaking to one another, and I knew that there was nobody on 27 right, so yes, I crossed the runway. How dare I? Sorry, 28 right. How dare I? I was also following the airplane in front of me. Cap, I don't know on final. I don't know if you saw it. I did not. Thank you. With the £2. Thank you, man. It says, right, Cap, you win the bet. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just your pilot training tracking in. Never cross the runway without looking. Thanks, Will. Thanks, man. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator, though, Will. You know that, right? Just making sure you know. God bless you, Will. God bless you, sir. Thank you for never taking a day off. Really appreciate you. Appreciate you holding me to a higher standard. God bless Will, exactly. God bless Will. What would we do without Will? I don't know, man. I don't know, dude.
2769 320, clear Q8 center on Papa 2, O'Hare.
Don't want to hit a virtual plane on a virtual runway. Like I said, man, everybody's being very vocal. I knew I knew that there was nobody on the runway, and there was nobody departing, there was nothing going on. That's why I crossed the runway. I was also following the airplane. In case you didn't notice, there was an airplane maybe 10 feet, maybe 30 feet in front of us. 10 to 30 feet in front of us who also just crossed the runway. So, resulting in virtual loss of life and virtual loss of airframe. Oh, man. Telling you, dude, Will's just making a name for himself in here, man. Doing it by yourself, Will, all by yourself. Should bring back the bad moderators, yeah. Is he into his gate like this? Just, he's already into his gate, sticking out like that. That's actually hilarious. Is William sub to the channel? He is. That's the only way he's able to talk here. You have to be subscribed to the channel in order to chat. Virtual bankruptcy for United. Oh, man. All right, well, we can go ahead and stop the recording. We can go and watch that here momentarily. Let's actually go and get the flaps all the way down to 30 once again. Get ourselves to the stand. Oh, it's saying American. The last one I saw was all United gates here, but the United may be a little bit further down here, so we'll see. We shall see. Remember, guys, if you did enjoy that, please don't forget to smash down the thumbs up button. We're looking for 300 likes on today's stream. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. Really do appreciate you, man. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the support today. Great conversations as well today. It was really fun. Had a lot of great time. Only a few trolls here and there, but and then of course Will gracing us with his wonderful Will-isms, we'll call them. Thank you, Will, for being Will. Looks like you have the GSX jetways enabled. Yes. So like I was saying, there's something. So I'm sponsored by FS Dream Team. They sent me a key that basically unlocked all of their sceneries, but I don't have an actual individual key. So GSX is blocking this airport. Like, look, when I try and launch GSX. GSX has been disabled on this airport by user settings. I know that a couple months ago, GSX put out an update that basically said if your sceneries were unlinked or they weren't linked, that like you didn't have a code, that GSX wouldn't work at their airports anymore. It was a way for them to fight pirating, I guess. I don't know. So I reached out to Umberto and I let him know. I said, listen, I don't have individual keys for these airports. You provided me with a code. I used the code and it unlocked all of the airports for me. So I don't exactly know how it works for us. So yeah. Anyways, we'll just leave it at that. There we go. We're at the gate. So basically, you're a pirate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I work hand in hand with these guys, but I'm a pirate. Don't tell them. Cool. That all looks good. Flaps are 30. We can go ahead and disconnect from that sim. Again, thanks everybody for flying with me today. Really do appreciate it. We had a good group of people flying down with us today. It was absolutely awesome, man. Again, almost 300 likes, guys. Don't forget to smash down the thumbs up. Let's watch the replay, shall we? I think we shall. Watch the replay. I'm going to hit the little play button. I'm going to turn this down here a little bit. Going to hit the play button. We're going to bring this in here a little bit. We don't need to watch it from there. We can watch it from right about there. Should be good. Cool. Give ourselves some nice little wing views coming in. Wonderful. Umberto, disabled your AV software. Yeah. Second leg? No, that's it for me today, man. That's it today. We're only doing one leg. Denver to Chicago is the only leg today. We are next live on Thursday. We're going to be flying in the UK. We're going to be checking out the new scenery by our good friend, Mr. Pyrig, East Midlands. We've also got 3 copies of East Midlands to give away. So that's going to be really fun. So if you're looking for some free scenery, you want to pick up some great free scenery, East Midlands on Thursday, 3 copies to give away. 1,000 footers. Did we float it too much? I'd actually say it was pretty good. I'm actually really happy with that landing. Considering we haven't flown the 900 in a while, and it does flare a little bit odd sometimes, I'm very happy with that arrival, chat. Very happy. Don't think it could have gone maybe a little bit smoother, but not bad at all. Mods, donators, sponsors, thank you all so much for everything that you do for this channel. Without you guys here, none of this would be possible. Thank you everybody for all the support today. I think we had like 22 gifted members, sorry, 22 new members, but I think we had like 15 gifted members, some donations, a lot of likes. Again, if you haven't done so, don't forget to smash down the thumbs up. Looking for 300 likes. Mods, donators, sponsors, thank you all very much for your support, everything that you do for the channel, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really do appreciate it. To everybody else that cannot donate using a monetary value, but donates with their time and hanging out here and keeping chat busy and having fun. Thank you guys just as much for being here and supporting the streams, man. I really, truly appreciate every single person that takes time to come out and hang out. Even Will, yes, even Will, holding me to all my higher standards. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate y'all, man. Hope you guys enjoy the replays. I hope you guys enjoy the start to your week. Again, next live stream for me will be on Thursday. I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going real world flying on Wednesday. So maybe look for some content posted up on YouTube or into the Discord of my real world shenanigans. I will be flying with Mr. Les O'Reilly here in chat. Guys, have a great week. Enjoy it. Have a great Monday evening. Appreciate y'all being here. Enjoy the replays, and I will catch you all on Thursday. Back in the UK, Ryanair, East Midlands. If we smash, even better. We're living up to the Ryanair standards. Happy landings, my friends.
Captain, you're such a pirate. Daisy is going to need a parrot costume. Moped Dude has the party bus waiting, and we're going to get some Italian beefs and hitting up the bars.
Yes, correct. I had to come back just for you, C2A. Thank you again for the $3, man. Appreciate you. We're going to get some chopped beef and hit up the bars. Mopar's picking us up. I'm ready. Let's do it. Thanks, guys. See y'all Thursday.